Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Now we are live on YouTube. We'll
So,
just wait for a minute and then we'll start.
fine. So, shall we start?
Maybe another minute.
Okay.
Yeah, we're on time, so just give a
Yeah.
minute more. Yeah, Hemant, you can go ahead now.
Yeah. So, good morning, all. A very warm welcome to all the participants. Myself, Hemant Mehta, ThinkTank Multidisciplinary Global Platform Chapter Leader, welcomes you all to ThinkTank Global Conclave for India Growth Story and Meet the Expert Series, carrying in retail management think tank, valuation think tank, IBC think tank, financial reporting think tank, and many areas of professionals, uh, like RERA and FA, FTA, etc. As a major part of think tank Vivek Patra, Vivek in Sanskrit means knowledge and wisdom. Patra is an innovative news updates containing slides in sharing latest development and real life examples by CEO, CXO, CFO, specialists, and professionals with global experience. Today we have Think Tank Multidisciplinary Global Platforms special meeting for all stakeholders in finance, corporate affairs, industry, and profession. Think Tank has been in existence since over a decade. Idea for think tank has been conceived somewhere on in January 1991 to have conferences, conclaves with CEO, CXO, CFO, panelists, and specialists sharing experiences and real life examples. Our panelists are financial leaders working in reputed companies or profession since many years and have deep domain knowledge. Think Tank platform now, digital has got overwhelming response globally on the digital medium and expanding rapidly through LinkedIn, Facebook, etc. Our participants and experts have rich experience in industry and profession who have done CPA, CFA, CPF, IIM, CA, CS, CMA, ISA, DISA, FRM, IFRS, BTech, Master Degree, PhD, etc., sharing rich experience, knowledge, and wisdom. Due to overwhelming response to our annual reports, you can visit our website www.thinktank.co.in. So even our annual report, corporate strategy, and ESG has been announced. 6P awards and recognition. 6P stand for profit, people, planet, professionals, promoters, and platforms. For corporate annual reports, analysis, professional achievers, CEO, CXO, CFO, with a very respected jury with rich experience in interaction with the stakeholders and boards. This recognition and awards would be announced with a rigorous process of scrutiny and choice and interaction with the participants, and would be given digitally if possible in a well located auditorium in Mumbai, like Yogi Sabagri or similar platform, similar type of venue, subject to pandemic rule. As a participant, you are aware, recently we have launched a much awaited referencer, a type of newsletter, you can say. Approximately title is Think Tank at the rate Vivek Patra, India Growth Story. A comprehensive conference material compilation over 600 pages, sharing experiences by CEO, CXO, CFO, specialist with the latest development and series on blocking, regulatory fraud, financial reporting, Ind AS, IBC, taxation, digital capital market, technical analysis, ISA, bank audits, corporate affairs, and would be available for subscription and any ethical contribution by valuations, etc. We will also be covering important and latest development as suggested by many participants in coming weeks. Example, valuation and financial modeling, health is wealth, cyber security, blockchain, MSME, etc. We request all the subscribers to Think Tank YouTube channel for watching summits, conclave webinars, and join, connect, and network on the Think Tank webinars group on LinkedIn and Facebook pages, Telegram channels, specially created on suggestion of many participants and panelists. We once again welcome you all members and panel chair, and I especially thank to my colleagues in the digital global team. Few of them are Anupam, Aditya, Ajay, Anurag, Archana, Ashwari, Mitesh, Mihir, Malvika, Nipun, Nischal, Pramod, Praveen, Rakesh, Rucha, Pramod, Arkanan, Manish, Santosh, Subrat, Nehal, Sandeep, Unmesh, Vijay, Vikas, Yogesh, and others for regularly contributing to the Think Tank at the rate Vivek Patra. Today we have an excellent Think Tank multidisciplinary platform seminar. Eminent stalwarts and specialists sharing experiences and latest development. Let us have an interactive event. So we have today with us CA Mitesh Kitara. Friends, you have been knowing, you have been hearing about the cryptocurrency day in and day out nowadays. There has been a lot of discussion in budget also. And so what is cryptocurrency? Why it is so? Whether it is a fake currency or it is a real currency, or what kind of pro and cons joined with those type of currencies. So let us try to understand what is cryptocurrency from CA Mitesh Kitara, and I hand over to Manoj ji if you want to say a few words, and then we will start straight forward from Mitesh Kitara.
Thank you very much, Hemant bhai. It is indeed a pleasure.
You are at wonderful venue, I think.
Yeah, a wonderful venue at Organic Farm, Vedic Village, and in Think Tank Conclave, we always do the latest and most wanted topics like budget, cryptocurrency, markets, and latest developments. A lot of friends have been, team members have been sharing. We should do activities related to healthy living. Mitesh, besides looking at technology and cryptocurrency, he spends a lot of time at Organic Farm. Hemant bhai, you have been running marathons and doing practices 5 to 6 times a day. Aditya and would like to encourage every member to walk 5 to 6 kilometers per day, and maybe he has crossed over 2,000 kilometers, right, in the pandemic. So Umesh,
And last 15 months.
15 months, there is an app I think he can share also, so we can all run together or motivate each other to at least make a good beginning. The dynamics of many people running it or walking or doing healthy activities make a difference. Umesh Narvekar, Sandeep Modi, you are all there with us. So there, you have also suggested we should do activities on in the morning, 7 o'clock session during the week. Maybe Wednesdays, Sundays, a session is being planned and scheduled with an international trainer on stress management, yoga, healthy living. Umesh, a few words from you on this activity, and Sandeep Modi also.
Yes,
Lots
yes,
of
yes.
people taking initiatives that is going to happen, and world-class programs. And then we have Mitesh sharing the latest on digital assets, cryptocurrency. Chintan on IPO reviews. Would be wonderful to have uh, everyone sharing experiences. Umesh, a few words from you, and
Yeah,
Sandeep, you're also there. Just turn your video on and share a couple of thoughts.
yeah. Thank you, Manoj, for this great insight. See, the important part of life is health. So we are going through the stressful life post COVID. The stress level has already increased. Even the concerns of family members, the working hours of the professionals have increased tremendously post GST. Even the new income tax sides, and if you see the entire chain of working hours have been getting increased, stress level is getting increased, and in such scenario, it is more important along with the academic updation. Health updation is also important. Health scorecard we never see unless we feel ill. So in such situation, a preventive checkup or preventive mechanism is more important. And really, it's a great idea, Manoji, from your brain also, and the initiatives of other think tank members, that we should start with some health related activities. And the importance of health is realized by everyone nowadays also. And to release the stress, there are n number of things that we are ignoring with our professional activities, and it is really an important time that we are missing with our family also. So how things can be planned? So we have the idea in our mind, and accordingly we discuss, and Manojji has taken the initiative to invite an international trainer to give us yoga related activities. And so based on that, we are planning twice in a week the program which will be giving health related tips, health related activities. It will be initially we are starting with a 45 minutes to 50 minutes schedule, which will be from morning 7 o'clock to say 7:45 to 8 o'clock maximum. Within 1 hour, the health related tips, health related activities, very especially the yoga, the Ayush Yoga certified trainer has been invited, which will be giving us tips and trainings about the activities, what we can do to increase our health awareness, health fitness. That will be really the useful thing for all our members. Considering the things that are happening post COVID, though maybe we are taking the vaccination and all these things precaution, but the basic thing is that if we have good health, fitness and immunity, then definitely the things won't affect to us. So with that effect, we are trying this series, and I request all the members and even including their family members who can participate with us, will definitely be helpful for the development in the health activities and fitness of the every member. So this is really a great initiative apart from the academic updation related to the health. Health is wealth, and with this slogan, we'll be trying to inculcate the habit of getting the fitness. Most of the members may be doing it, but most of the members may not be doing it, especially the people in the metros are having a very busy and hectic schedule. So this 45 minutes, 1 hour will definitely be a great thing for all of us. And I think uh, all will take participation very actively and take the benefit of these things. Thank you, Manojji, for these things, and thanks for the dialogue with you. Welcome, sir.
Wonderful insights, Umesh. This is actually the wish of Sandeep Modi, our young team member, who really
Yeah,
said it should be done. And the team is good and known for execution and bringing world-class uh, programs, events. Sandeep, a couple of words from you.
Uh, Thank you, sir. So the session would be very helpful because if we in the morning concentrate, it will help us to increase our productivity level also. And as rightly said by sir, that health is wealth. So if you take care of health, wealth will automatically come. Means taking care of self is also a kind of a wealth only. And if your health is good and your concentration is more, you will be able to complete more work. Means you will be able to be more productive. And that's the only goal, that people should be able to be more productive and stay healthy.
Very good. In fact, the idea is the family members of all the professionals should also benefit. There is something for the professional as well as a family member, and it comes free. Things in life always come free, right? Like pure air, pure water, cleanliness. And this also comes at the right time. And when we have been talking with Hemant Bhai and Mitesh, Hemant Bhai has been saying, let us go to an organic farm. Mitesh has chosen in pandemic to stay at organic farm and come to Bombay whenever required. It is only a few hours away. And professionally, his strength is technology, digital, forensics, and now crypto, deep dive. And sooner, we would also be going, hopefully on a weekend or even on a appropriate day, to the organic farm. And Mitesh is keen on showing us actually on the ground activities of improving the quality of on life on the organic farm also. But today, what is cryptocurrency, the world, how to profit from it, and in a tax efficient way, in a well regulated way, in a legal way. Lots of insights. Let's get to know from Mitesh.
Yeah, hello everyone.
Yeah, hi.
Welcome,
For
good
you now,
morning.
then let's have something, your experience and insights.
Sure.
Welcome,
And
sir.
just a
Welcome.
couple of words from you about the organic farm also. Then you
Sure.
start your presentation.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, thank you, Manojji, and thank you, other office bearers, for giving this opportunity to discuss about the topic of cryptocurrency. It's my privilege that we all professionals on a Saturday morning are spending so much time on understanding this concept and evaluating the new what you call tiger in the room, which was never present and never thought of. And everyone was kind of saying 6 months to 1 year back that this is a taboo. And, I don't want to talk about this, discuss this, except the taxability, except the structural aspects of the cryptocurrency. And people were always discussing that this is like a gambling stuff, which is happening at the beach of Goa, and people are, just buying and selling something for some value, which they don't know whether it is valuable or not, kind of a thing. So that is the kind of situation that we have been last 1 year. The things are completely changing. We have got a lot of experts or a lot of people across the world talking about the stuff with respect to cryptocurrency. You can see this Mexico's third wealthiest person, if you know him, Ricardo Salinas, says that Bitcoin is a better alternative to fiat money. His reasons, he says, digital currency is unseizable by a regulatory force. See, the perspective has completely changed. Someone was telling that since it is not regulated, I will not want to take it up. Now they are saying that this is not dependent on the whims and fancies of the regulators, and that is why I love it. So the perspective has completely changed and can be exchanged easily around the world, unlike the fiat. Fiat means the regulated currency. And gold is difficult to move around the store. Gold can't be moved. And the gold prices have been easily manipulated by the central bank worldwide, says Salinas. So it is something which is not controlled by the regulators. And that is the beauty of the cryptocurrency. That is what he feels. Someone like Ray Dalio says, Bridgeware associate founder, investor in the New York Times best-selling author, he says that believe it was important to hold cryptocurrency as part of well-diversified portfolio. Now, someone who was talking that I am not interested and this is a taboo and there is no regulation, there is no regulator, suddenly says that it is required to be part of the well-diversified portfolio. You can check it on the Google. We are going to question money as a medium of exchange, but it's also storehold of wealth. And we are going to be questioning what are the right storeholds of wealth in value. And you are going to see around the world the digital version of that take place in many formats, and you are going to see other forms of that competition. So this is something that Ray Dalio is sharing, the guy who is associate founder of the Bridgeware. So a lot of these discussions are seen on the social media, on the on the news channels. Paul Graham, a venture capitalist, he says that Graham highlights that viability of NFTs and noted that these tokens can be used for various purposes. He also added that dismissing the entire sector will be inviting history to make a fool of you. आपको लोग पागल समझेंगे अगर आप इसको छोड़ देंगे, इसको साइड ट्रैक कर देंगे, इसको भूल जाएंगे तो. This is what is being deliberated by various biggies in the
straight.
Okay. Can we put everyone on the mute? Then you can read about someone called as Thomas Peter Frey, an Hungarian-born billionaire worth 25 billion wealth. He says that in 2017, he gave full-page ad about dangers of Bitcoin. He said that Bitcoin is very dangerous, one should not invest. Now he's saying it is prudent to have 2 to 3% of one's personal wealth into cryptocurrency. So this is like changing a hell lot of thoughts. Look at the CEO of Microsoft, look at the CEO of Google, look at the CEO of Pepsi. They are all discussing about this new giant in the room, and everyone is saying that there is some sense, some difference between this and the Teen Patti, or this and your what you call a casino on the Goa beach, which we are all debating on. And it's the time when all professionals understand this, pick this up, and at least have a glimpse of what it can be. My journey started 6 months back when we got a client who wanted us to do accounting for cryptocurrency. He was a foreign national. He was a US exposed person, and that's why he wanted to do an accounting for his 6 million transactions which were done by algorithmic trade. And I found these youngsters of 20 to 23 years of age are talking about some millions of dollars in cryptocurrency as against their investment of thousands of dollars. And I was surprised and started studying. Here I wanted to solve a query for the client. So typically, typical consultant, he never invests time unless he feels there is something value for him. And I started looking at it, and I was kind of going deeper and deeper to see what are the different types of cryptocurrencies, who are the people who are dealing in it, how is the value stored in it, what are the regulatory modalities, what is the world scenario, what is the investment possibility, what is the business use case, what is the digital technology use case of cryptocurrency, and things started evolving over a period of time. So, and a lot of cards started opening. I started talking to friends, partners, connects, social media, started seeing the news about cryptocurrency, all because of one client who committed that he will pay for me to do an accounting job. So this is how it all started, and we all started the journey. Today's discussion will hover around understanding the values, the structure, the model of cryptocurrency, different types of cryptocurrencies, and some thoughts on regulatory and structural framework, but very little on the investment part, because that is not my expertise. I will not be able to tell you that isme paisa dalo bahut banega, isme mat dalo bahut nahi banega. I am here to give you an update and not excite you about buying or selling of cryptocurrency. It is your call, your research, that you take a call whether you want to go for it or not, to what extent you want to go for it, and how you want to look at it. Mark Cuban, a billionaire worth 6 billion, what he said, he previously compared Bitcoin with bananas, and he said that banana के जितना ही Bitcoin का value है, साला फुकट का चीज का लाखों रुपया value करके लोग बैठे हुए हैं. And he said he'd rather have a banana than buying a Bitcoin. And now what he's saying I make most of my investments outside the Shark Tank in crypto assets instead of traditional business. About 80% of my investment outside the Shark Tank are in crypto assets. He believes that younger generation will adopt crypto assets in the future. तो इस तरह से 2-2 साल 1.5 साल में लोगों के स्टेटमेंट कंप्लीटली बदल चुके हैं, उनके विचारधारा में कंप्लीट परिवर्तन आ चुका है। तो इसलिए हमको जानने की आवश्यकता है कि क्या है ये जायंट इन द रूम, कैसे ये बदल कर रहा है अपने जीवन में और किस तरह से ये अपने सबको छूने वाला है इन डिफरेंट फॉर्म्स. So here is my quick introduction. I am partner with APMH and Associates, and have been on the business side of the company. I have been looking at strategic partnership structuring of the company and trying to make big difference for the professional landscape, trying to build a nice platform for everyone to come together and work and evolve as professionals over a period of time. Here is a quick disclaimer about the presentation. The idea is just to give you guidelines and thoughts, and the calls that you want to take need to be researched and thought of before going forward. Here are people who are part of the digital global team of ThinkTank. I would like to thank everyone for giving me this opportunity. I know nice profiles of these people, and I feel proud of being part of this team. So let's jump on the subject proper. The topic, as I said, would cover more about the structural aspects of the cryptocurrency and less about the the investment part and why to invest, how to invest, when to invest, kind of a discussion. One can do that as a separate piece if one is interested, but the point is, as of now, let's first understand who is the giant in the room. In this session, I would like a quick poll on everyone in the in the comment box or on the chat box, that what have you ever invested in cryptocurrency? किसने cryptocurrency में यदि invest किया है तो अपने chat box में yes या no लिखे, so that we will come to know how much exposed people are about cryptocurrency. We'll also try to, so there are already so many people, no, yes, and so on. Yeah, super. So there is a lot of engagement. That is very important for a speaker. He gets bored because he can't see anyone on the screen, and he feels कि boss किसके साथ बात कर रहे हैं, And the idea is, making it practical and interesting for everyone. So that is why I'm trying to understand. So I can find out that Hemant ji has invested something, Moksh has done some work, Sachin, I don't know who is this, iPhone, Harshit is done, Monica has not done anything, and there is Sahiti, yes, she done something, Kalpana has not done anything, and so on. So I think 5-6 people have done some investments in cryptocurrencies and have actually dirtied their hands with having part of Bitcoin. Most of us can't have one Bitcoin because the point is the cost of Bitcoin today is $45,000 per Bitcoin. So this is something which is interesting. We already have people who know something about the stuff. How many of you know have done some work on taxation or consulting on Bitcoin? Can we have a raise of hand? So that will also help others to know that yes, there are guys who have done a lot of work on the regulatory side of the Bitcoin. Wow, Monica says she has not done anything. Wow, someone is discussing about Nifty and link between the Bitcoin. Again, the focus here is more about understanding the concepts and not talking about the charts to start with. Okay, great. So we will jump on to the discussion quickly. And the cryptocurrency which is being identified as Bitcoin is not only Bitcoin. There are other angles to the cryptocurrency. So there are more than 6,000 cryptocurrencies already listed. Just one second. More than 6,000 cryptocurrencies already listed in pairs of more than 60, 70 different pairs where people can deal in the cryptocurrencies. Apart from cryptocurrencies, there are NFTs, there are metaverse tokens, there are what you call something like PAG tokens and so on. We'll discuss a lot about that. But primarily, cryptocurrency is a medium of exchange for goods and services. In short, it's money in the form of paper or coins, usually issued by the government and generally accepted as its face value as a method of payment. This is like normal currency. Now, currency is primary medium of exchange in the modern world, having long ago replaced bartering. Bartering means the exchange of grains to grains, or you can say dal to the grains and so on. And we have kind of come a long way in the evolution of currency over a period of time. In 21st century, a new form of currency has entered the vocabulary, that is the virtual currency, which is not backed by physical notes or coins. So this is what is this? This is needs to be understood in depth. We all have dealt in currencies. We have gone to countries. We have seen differences in currencies. Many would have even exchanged currencies. Many would have traded in futures of currency. Many would have hedged currencies. But this is a new. Yesterday, I was with a consultant who focuses only on currency dealings and helps exporters and importers reduce their risk on the fluctuation of the currency. And I asked him about something, what is cryptocurrency and how it will change your world. He didn't have any answer. Maybe he has not yet researched about the same. But the point is, a lot of us may be getting left out if we don't understand the stuff. So look at this history. So we moved from something called as barter system to something called as shells, which were rare. Then we moved to minted coins. Then we moved to gold and gold standards. Then we moved to something called as Bretton Woods system, which is like gold to currency, gold to notes mode, wherein we said that can we keep gold in a locker and print notes which can be exchanged against the gold. Then we moved to something called as regular currency in 71. Somewhere India had got a currency, what you call law, somewhere in the British era itself. And we all started looking at something called as regulated currency or currency driven by the government. Before the Currency Act came in India, I just was researching. India has more than 300 currencies. Shivaji Maharaj ka alag coin hai, Prithviraj Chauhan ka alag coin hai, and so on. So each princely state had different currencies. People were happy with all those currencies and dealt with it. Now suddenly people are saying if there will be varied currencies, how will it be? So 2009, you can look at the birth of something called as cryptocurrency. So what is the cryptocurrency? This is something that we need to understand. The cryptocurrency is a digital virtual currency that is secured by cryptography. What is cryptography? Cryptography is basically the art of securing a code which can't be fudged or changed or diverted or nullified. It can only be edited and added and appended, but can't be forged or changed. So people started saying that pehle kya tha ki we used to print notes, give it to RBI. RBI used to give it to banks, and banks used to give numbers in your passbook or on your apps to say that आपके पास इतना पैसा है, आपके पास इतना balance है. But वो पूरा जो पैसा था, that was backed by notes, physical notes, which the RBI used to print every year, basis the policy, the monetary policy changes, and basis the available hedge or risk cover, which will not amount to inflation. The RBI also printed the notes against the old notes for kharab ho gaya or mutilated notes and so on. But now RBI is saying, do I actually need to print notes to issue numbers in the passbook of people? The answer is no, there is no need of doing it. Why there is no need of doing it? Then what will happen if someone says that I have 1 crore instead of 1 lakh in the account? No one can deny the fact, right? So it is just a number. So how does it matter if the bank issues 1 lakh crore worth of loans, and it says that I just had money, as simple as that. So what is the backup to that money? So the backup to that money is this crypto signature of the RBI or any other issuing authority, which can't be changed. And whenever the money flows from one hand to another, the RBI keeps on authorizing it and saying that a genuine, a genuine, a genuine. Like in the note, the RBI came up with the silver strip and some emblem inside the note to say that this note is genuine. Similarly, this is now digital form of continuously authorizing the currency. That is the cryptocurrency. Now this authorization process has gone digital. When A transfers the money to B, B transfers the money to C, every time it transfers, someone says that this is genuine. Otherwise, there is a problem. So there will be a possibility of a lot of flow of currency without being genuine. And that is something called a digital currency, which has got authorization backed up by the issuer continuously telling that he has issued the currency from one hand to another. One more additional point that a cryptocurrency has, apart from being authorized by the issuer regularly, is to say that where from where it started and where it has ended. So kiske haath se kiske haath mein gaya, ye bhi data uske paas hai. So every time the hand changes, it will have a timestamp as well as a hash or a block, new block generated, which says that past में कितने लोगों के हाथ से पास हुआ, किसने authorize किया और अभी किसके पास है. We'll discuss something about blockchain in detail. So this concept of authorization of currency to be genuine is something called as cryptocurrency. As simple as that. So there are two aspects that we discuss. First aspect is there is a code to authorize the currency, and the second point that we discuss is it is creating timestamp and it is monitoring the movement from one hand to another through a code which is generated on a block that is called as a blockchain. So these are the two fundamental things. Basically, blockchain is to try and maintain the audit trail and the timestamp of the movement in layman's terms, right? So this is something that the cryptocurrency does. Third aspect of the cryptocurrency and why the Bitcoin was born, or the first cryptocurrency was born, or Satoshi Nakamoto, who is the owner of, or you can say the guy who wrote the white paper of the Bitcoin, discussed about the Bitcoin, was
Mitesh bhai, one request. If you can go in a full presentation mode, because the text is a little small and it's not easy to read.
I'm sorry, maybe I can go to this mode. Are you able to see the full screen now?
Yeah, this is much better. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Because on my TV it was showing proper, but maybe on the Zoom it was showing different. Huh?
This is bigger, no?
Bigger?
Yeah, this is perfect. Please carry on. Yeah, sorry for it.
This is okay.
Okay, sorry. So, we will, the third point and why the Bitcoin was born was the thought that the people should deal in a currency which is not scapegoated or running on the whims and fancies of the politicians and the government and the structured mode of transaction. And people wanted to democratize finance from the hands of the government, and they said it's none of the government's job to decide the price and regulate the price of a currency, and we want to make it independent. So that is the whole purpose why the cryptocurrencies, as we see on the decentralized mode, are there. So जो RBI का cryptocurrency की बात जो finance minister ने की है, उसके अंदर ये दो चीजें रहेंगी. एक चीज रहेगी authorization, दूसरी चीज रहेगी hashing of blocks when it transfers from one hand to another. But the third thing, that is the democratizing of the value of the currency and freeing it up from the whims and fancies of the government or the RBI or the structured financing, is not present in the RBI's coin. But that will be present in the decentralized finance, that is the Bitcoin. So we will discuss something on the decentralized finance. So there is a clear-cut distinction between what is cryptocurrency and what is decentralized finance. So cryptocurrency can be on the centralized finance, it can be on a RBI server. But the cryptocurrencies that we generally understand as cryptocurrencies or the Bitcoin is not on the centralized finance. It is on the decentralized finance, which is not being regulated by the RBI. So let's look at the journey of the Bitcoin. It's very interesting कि 1998 में ये Bitcoin introduce हो गया था and 2018 में ये Bitcoin $19,000 पे पहुंच गया. When it started, it was it was being in the form of different modes, and in 2098 से 2008 में ये crystallize होके white paper वगैरह लिखा गया. You can download the white paper even now, which was written by Satoshi Nakamoto. And the interesting part of the white paper is what I discussed, is actually democratizing the finance from the hands of the government. And Bitcoin is released, and the first 50 Bitcoins are mined in 2009. First ever purchase. Okay, what is mining? इस पे अपन बात करेंगे. There are a lot of terminologies that are very interesting, but many people don't know about the terminology. Nothing wrong in it, so we'll kind of discuss those. First ever purchase of using Bitcoin occurred. 10,000 Bitcoin देके एक आदमी ने 2 पिज़्ज़ा खरीदा. Right, and today we are talking about $45,000 worth of Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's value passes $1 threshold in 2011. In 2012, something called as new types, that is Litecoin, altcoin, got introduced. In 2013, Bitcoin value went up to $1,000. 2013 में यदि किसी ने लिया होता तो 50 गुना वैल्यू हो गया होता. 2017 January, Bitcoin value still hanging over to $1,000. So ये 2013 से 17 के बीच में की जो जर्नी है, उस टाइम पे बहुत सारे फ्रॉड्स हुए, बहुत सारे पॉन्जी स्कीम्स निकले बिटकॉइन के बारे में. यदि आपने पढ़ा होगा अभी लेटेस्ट एक पॉन्जी स्कीम के बारे में, जिसका स्टार्ट जो बंदा था वो जस्ट पास्ड अवे इन द लास्ट वीक और लास्ट वीक, who created a mining rig and tried to collect money from people in the form of bitcoins and made a big gamble out of it. In 2018, it became $19,000. Yesterday it was $43,000. So this is the story of the cryptocurrency, how it evolved over a period of time, what were the milestones mota moti through which it passed, and how it is today. So this is something, yeah, you can actually post your questions on the chat so that I can take up those questions in between whenever I feel like drinking some water. Both of us. So we'll look at few concepts like blockchain, like the concept of mining, etc. We'll discuss in detail. I have actually tried doing mining and have developed some model around it. I've also tried to do some trading just to understand more about the concept, and I've tried to transfer and do some hedging, stacking, etc. just for a trial purpose, for us to understand and do more research on this topic. So लास्ट न्यूज ऑफ क्रिप्टो करेंसी, कल परसों में आए हुए कुछ न्यूज जिसके बारे में चर्चा करेंगे, जस्ट टू मेक इट मोर इंटरेस्टिंग फॉर एवरीवन. Samsung will launch new smartphone Galaxy 22 on decentralized metaverse where it has a store. Decentralized metaverse पे Samsung अपना स्टोर बनाएगा और उसके ऊपर Galaxy S22 लॉन्च करेगा, और उसके मेटावर्स के माध्यम से आप उस फोन को अनुभव कर सकते हैं, आप उसके एक्सपीरियंस ले सकते हैं. आपको फिजिकल स्टोर में जाके देखने की आवश्यकता नहीं है. और आप मेटावर्स के स्टोर पे से इस फोन को खरीद सकते हैं। न्यू आईफोन फीचर्स विल एनेबल टैप टू पे ट्रांजैक्शंस फॉर बिटकॉइन। आप बिटकॉइन ट्रांसफर कर सकते हैं अपने आईफोन के वॉलेट से। माइक्रोसॉफ्ट इज हायरिंग डायरेक्टर फॉर क्रिप्टो बिजनेस डेवलपमेंट टू एग्जीक्यूट वेब3 स्ट्रेटेजी। माइक्रोसॉफ्ट बोल रहा है कि हम लोग क्रिप्टो बिजनेस के लिए अलग बंदे को हायर करेंगे और वेब3 स्ट्रेटेजी को एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे। India's excitement for crypto increases despite of crypto tax. Crypto tax आने के बाद इंडिया की एक्साइटमेंट बढ़ गई। क्यों बढ़ गई? क्योंकि इसको कहीं ना कहीं लेजिटिमाइज किया गया थ्रू द टैक्स नेट। Coin DCX hits 10 million users. WazirX had hit 10 million users in 21. तो दोनों एक्सचेंजेस पे अभी 10-10 मिलियन यूजर हो गए और इन 10-10 मिलियन यूजर के बीच में बहुत सारे crypto transactions होने लगे। So this is like a big transformation that we are all able to see, and the interest of people to invest in the cryptocurrency has increased. Russia prepares to regulate Bitcoin as a currency in February 18, 2022. ये बड़ा न्यूज है। रशिया अपने यहाँ एक लॉ ला रहा है जिसके माध्यम से वो क्रिप्टो करेंसी या फिर बिटकॉइन के ट्रांजैक्शंस को रेगुलेट करेगा। इसी तरह से अपने फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर ने प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में बताया कि दे वांट टू से दैट बिटकॉइन इज नाइदर लीगल नॉर इलीगल टिल सच टाइम legislation is introduced by the government. So this is something very interesting, some of the very interesting news that I have been reading for a while now. So इस तरह से ये बड़ा एक चेंज आपको दिखाई दे रहा है। Now let's look at some more news items which may excite us. The power of open ledger. US authorities managed to recover more of funds and arrest 2 people 6 years after Bitfinex exchange hack of 1,20,000 BTC. अब आप बोल रहे हैं कि इसके कारण टेरर फंडिंग होगा, इसके कारण ब्लैक मनी होगा, इसके कारण क्या कहते हैं उसको ये बढ़ेगा, अपना क्या बोलते हैं, ब्राइबरी बढ़ेगी एंड सो ऑन। बट दूसरी बाजू भी इसकी देखिए, बिकॉज ऑफ द tightness of the blockchain and the transparency, tightness and transparency at one time, the 6-year-old fraud can be caught by the government. This is not possible in the fiat currency. So this is very interesting. Russia is 13 billion in tax from the crypto economy. Russia का कल का न्यूज है जहाँ पे बोल रहे हैं 13 बिलियन डॉलर्स मिलेंगे यदि क्रिप्टो करेंसी को टैक्स किया। शायद कहीं ना कहीं हमारी गवर्नमेंट को भी ऐसे लग रहा है, लेकिन उन्होंने लिख के नहीं दिया है कि कितना प्रपोज टैक्स कलेक्शन पॉसिबल है थ्रू द बिटकॉइन, और यू कैन से द टैक्सिंग द ट्रांजैक्शंस ऑफ द क्रिप्टो एसेट. It is still unlawful to open a Bitcoin casino in the US. However, Bitcoin casino incorporated outside the US and operating in US online have skyrocketed their earnings. बहुत सारे क्रिप्टो करेंसी से बने हुए कैसीनो चल रहे हैं यूएस में, जो बाहर बने हैं परंतु यूएस में इसके साथ डीलिंग हो रही है. जापान मैसेजिंग जायंट लाइन, जैसे हमारे यहाँ व्हाट्सएप है वैसे वहाँ लाइन है जापान में पॉपुलर, टू ट्रायल क्रिप्टो पेमेंट्स फॉर ऑनलाइन मर्चेंट्स. वो बोल रहे हैं कि हम लोग क्रिप्टो पेमेंट्स चालू कर देंगे, जैसे जापानीज येन से हम पेमेंट कर सकते हैं वैसे बिटकॉइन से पेमेंट कर सकते हैं फॉर द ऑनलाइन मर्चेंट्स. This is going to be, these are few news that I just wanted to bring on the table for you to get excited about what is happening. Prohibition in dealing in virtual currency. 2018 में RBI ने एक सर्कुलर दिया था, मैंने जानबूझकर इसको लाया है यहाँ पे just to tell you some aspects of how the regulatory stuff is happening with respect to the cryptocurrency. Raju ji, you can ask the question on the what you call on the chat box so that you know we continue to discuss. In the while I will read out your question and we can give you the answer instead of talking in between. So RBI has issued this circular and it has said very interestingly, in the view of associated risk, it has been decided that with immediate effect entities regulated by the Reserve Bank shall not deal in VCs or provide services for facilitating any person or entity in dealing with or settling VCs. Such services include maintaining accounts, registering, trading, settlement, clearing, giving loans against virtual tokens, accepting them as collaterals, opening accounts, exchange dealings, transfer, receipt, money, etc., purchase, sale of the VCs. Now it is also saying VC means virtual currency. And it is also talking about regulated entities which already provide such services shall exit such relationship within 3 months. यदि आप कोई बैंक हो और आप ये कर रहे हो तो आपको ये 3 महीने के अंदर बंद करना है. ये 2018 में इश्यू हुआ. इसके बाद बहुत बड़ा रीट पेटिशन फाइल हुआ, सुप्रीम कोर्ट में मैटर गया. And the Supreme Court actually reversed this and said that you can't stop telling people to deal with this. You can stop the banks and you can tell them that आप मत करो, लेकिन लोगों को आप रुका नहीं सकते to do this activity. And we'll look at some sequence of how the issue started and why the government got worried. So government is always interested in the welfare of the people. But the problem with the regulator like RBI is the RBI cannot accept a situation where it is not required or becoming redundant. Like my daughter is homeschooled, so I discuss with a lot of academicians and tell them that homeschooling karna chahiye ki nahi karna chahiye. So no academician will ever accept that it should not be done. And I realized later on, when I spoke with a lot of people, everyone discouraged me. And I was kind of in limbo, and some friend came and I told him, मैंने इसके साथ discuss किया है, professor से, principal से discuss किया. Everyone is saying no. So he said it is very simple, Mitesh. They have worked in the academic field for 20 years, 30 years. Now they can't say that academic field is useless. One should not, indulge into regulated academics for teaching their kids. So it will be against what they have been doing for years together. Similarly, it is very difficult for RBI to say that इसके साथ deal मत करो, sorry, इसके साथ deal करो और हमारे को redundant बनाओ. A panel discussion of leadership of top crypto companies with members in parliament in November led to November अभी 2021 में conclusion that cryptocurrencies cannot be stopped, instead must be regulated. Possibility of regulatory framework. A cabinet note circulated by the government in December said that cryptocurrency will be regulated, not banned. However, cryptocurrency will not be made legal in currency in the India. On banning private cryptocurrency, the government started a bulletin and said in November 23rd that government unequivocally said about banning all the cryptocurrency, leaving a few to enable growth of the crypto technology and its use. तो ऐसे अलग अलग डिस्कशंस गवर्नमेंट ने कंडक्ट किए और उसके बाद उनको लगा कि इसको बंद करना बहुत ही कठिन है, बहुत मुश्किल है. इट्स इम्पॉसिबल. इट्स लाइक सेइंग दैट समवन कांट बाय. कैन यू पुट योर फोन ऑन म्यूट प्लीज? कांट बाय अ एमएफ हुसैन पेंटिंग फॉर 5 crores ऑफ रुपीस. ऐसे कोई बोल नहीं सकता है किसी का, राइट? उसका 5 crore है. ज्यादा से ज्यादा वो क्या बोल सकता है, ये 5 crore का सोर्स क्या है आपका. लेकिन ऐसे नहीं बोल सकता है कि आप पेंटिंग मत करिए. इट इज द कॉल ऑफ द ओनर ऑफ द मनी, टू पुट द मनी एनीवेयर वेयर एवर ही वांट्स, ही इज गुड एट. ओनली थिंग ही कांट बाय समथिंग लाइक आप गांजा चरस खरीदने के लिए पैसा इलीगल चीजों के लिए यूज नहीं कर सकते. बट यू can't stop anyone by saying that you can't do cryptocurrency trading. So this is now becoming a sound of the industry. Another thing is the government also realized that they will put off the world economic scenario if they say that इसके साथ काम नहीं करना चाहिए, because there are countries who are adopting it. When the government in 2018 released this circular, lot of exchanges who were seeded in India, like Nishchal Sethi of Binance and lot of others, moved out and started exchanges in Singapore. India को क्या फायदा हुआ, उल्टा नुकसान हुआ ना. So lot of these stuff started happening and the government realized कि अपना टैक्स भी जा रहा है, अपना पैसा भी जा रहा है, अपने लोग भी नाराज हो रहे, तो ये करना मुश्किल है, ये नहीं करना चाहिए. So somewhere that kind of a sound came from the discussion. सुप्रीम कोर्ट जजमेंट के बारे में थोड़ा बात करते. तो 2018 में ये आया. SC noted that the absence of any legislative ban. ठीक है, SC सुप्रीम कोर्ट क्या बोल रहा है कि कोई लेजिस्लेटिव बैन है क्या? ठीक है, ऑन सेलिंग ऑफ RBI कैनॉट इम्पोज डिस्प्रोपोर्शनेट रिस्ट्रिक्शन. RBI के हाथ में नहीं है कोई भी डिस्प्रोपोर्शनेट रिस्ट्रिक्शन लेके आने के लिए ऑन ट्रेडिंग ऑफ these currencies. The SC, while overturning RBI order, simply stated that there is no legal basis on the moment of to impose heavy restrictions on cryptocurrency. Court may not hold this view in the future once the law is passed. कोर्ट ने एक बहुत सुंदर स्टेटमेंट दे दिया, बोला लॉ पास कर दो, फिर हम लोग लॉ को गवर्न कर सकते हैं. आप लॉ नहीं लाओगे और आप बोलोगे कि चलो भाई कोर्ट यू मेक द लॉ, दैट इज नॉट अवर जॉब. वी डोंट मेक लॉज, वी कैन ओनली help you to work within the framework of the law. So Indian government has been giving conflicting signals in this matter. There won't be total ban of usability here, which is said to be. So anyways, the point I am trying to make is there is a lot of signals from various authorities to say that this is interesting, this can't go away, this is against the economy, and this is against the government in some form. And I think this is going to stay, and this become very clear by the budget and the introduction of the tax in the budget. And the government says what boss tax bhi ja raha hai, sab kuch ja raha hai, better to at least grapple with something. And yesterday I was listening to the CBDT chairman talking on a video about the clarifications about the tax on the cryptocurrency. Today's topic is very limited to tax. I'm not a tax expert, by the way, but we will just give you a glimpse of what tax part is discussed in the cryptocurrency tax that is being imposed now. But the point that I'm trying to make is the legitimization process is on, and the government will become more liberal once it kind of digests the transaction and the structure of the cryptocurrency. And we all will also kind of graduate over a period of time about understanding the concept, and we will be able to manage this in a better fashion. And then we will be also able to make nice representations to the government as to why stepmotherly treatment in tax as well on the cryptocurrency. Are you saying that are you not interested in the concept, or you are trying to demotivate people to deal in it, or what is the purpose of putting 30% tax and saying that you will not get ये नहीं मिलेगा, loss carry forward नहीं मिलेगा, वगैरह वगैरह. What is the idea? So these discussions and deliberation will start happening over a period of time. But let's look at quickly what are the different types of cryptocurrencies. We generally understand crypto means crypto. Many people understand crypto means Bitcoin and so on. But as I said, there are more than 6,000 currencies already listed on exchanges like Binance, CoinDCX, WazirX, etc. And there are a number of pairs in which they are dealt in, like BTC to Ethereum, USDT to Ethereum, BUSD to Ethereum, BUSD to Bitcoin, and so on. So the point is, there are three major types of currencies. I'll just stop here for a second. There are some comments. Okay, I am not finding many questions, but more are like comments. Okay, so thank you for the comments. You guys can also read the comments. In the meanwhile, I will have a sip of tea. Yeah, so there are three types of currencies. Mota moti. One is called a stable coin. A stable coin kya hai? It is pegged with a collateral of US dollar or gold or euro and so on. The purpose of the pegged currency is to create a basis of dealing in cryptocurrency. ठीक है, अगर cryptocurrency, जैसे someone has written a comment saying that it is very, very volatile. I agree to his comment. Chintan Parikh has talked about something that huge up and downs हो रहे हैं. तो ये जो है इसके कारण स्टेबल कॉइन्स की आवश्यकता रहती है. जिसको उपयोग में ले करके आप उसको बेसिस बना करके अपने प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस का कैलकुलेशन कर सकते हैं, अपने ट्रांजेक्शंस का डिसीजन ले सकते हैं. That is why BUSD, USDT, etc. are introduced, and they are used for doing the transactions as well as a code currency, and are used as a backup for, or you can say the basis for doing the crypto trades and calculation of profits and losses in the crypto transactions. So many exchanges are now, talking about transacting, buying Bitcoin with INR, but technically it happens through buying a BUSD or USDT, that is stable currency, and then creating a quote against the Bitcoin. तो आप यदि आप कॉस्ट देखेंगे तो नॉर्मल सिनेरियो में अगर बिटकॉइन इज $37,000 US dollars, but in a INR scenario wherein you are buying directly from INR, it will be $37,500. तो $500 सीधा सीधा आपका एक कन्वर्जन चार्जेस हो गया एक तरीके से, but it is hidden in the cost of the Bitcoin. So the point is, stable currencies actually do this job, wherein if you want to become a crypto trader, you will have to own a lot of stable currencies through which you will be able to transact in the Bitcoin very easily and cost effectively. So that is the point. The other are tokens. So tokens are like Bitcoin is one of the token, Ethereum is a token. Anything that is on decentralized finance can be called as token. Third is non-fungible token. These become very popular because Amitabh Bachchan and others creating their NFTs and dealing in the NFTs and launching their new NFT collections and so on. Rhfl, Opulus, etc. are the websites on which the NFT tokens are being exchanged. Now Binance NFT has also come up, wherein you can trade in NFT in the Binance. रोज पेपर में बहुत सारा ऐड देखने को मिलता है कि इसने अपना NFT चालू किया, उसने अपना NFT चालू किया. NFT I can discuss for 2 hours, separate topic completely. NFT use cases for the corporates, businesses, for the artists, singers, for YouTubers. Your marriage tomorrow will not be certified by the government. It will be certified by a non-fungible token. And that token will carry the value of your relationship and the contract. It is called a smart contract. So NFT is basically a unique token which is created on the basis of a smart contract. पहले के जमाने में, since I was interested in Sanskrit, I was reading a drama called Shakuntalam. In Shakuntalam, the Bharat who loved Shakuntala in a forest romanticized and said that Shakuntala, you should come back to my kingdom when I am back. And I am giving you this token, which you keep with yourself. And whenever you come back, you show the token and you will get the entry. So I was thinking that kya kabhi NFT tha, which was used, or surprisingly, Shakuntala drops the token in the small water pond, and the fish eats away that token. Right, and Bharat actually de-recognizes Shakuntala and says that where is the token? I want to see the token, otherwise I don't accept you. And that girl is very sad and goes back. And then suddenly Bharat comes across this token in the stomach of a fish, which is caught by a fisherman, and realizes the love that he had done with Shakuntala. Right? So I think somewhere that had something to do with NFT. So this NFT is becoming a very, very common mode of making smart contracts, and it is evolving over a period of time. So these are few different types. I've just put a disclaimer from Coin Market Cap saying that आप अगर excited हो गए हो, फिर भी आप अपने निर्णय खुद से करना. मैं फाइनेंशियल एडवाइजरी नहीं दे रहा हूँ, आपको एक्साइट नहीं कर रहा हूँ कि आप खरीदो, आपको सिर्फ समझा रहा हूँ कि क्या कंसेप्ट है. सो लेट्स गो अहेड. व्हाट इज डेफी? दिस इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. बहुत डिस्कशन हो रहा है डेफी के ऊपर. तो डेफी इज लोन्स, फॉरेक्स, बॉन्ड्स, बुलियन, everything being done at a perceived value. So the decentralized finance is the concept which will deregulate everything and want to say that can you not buy insurance on with the help of Bitcoin? Can you not take loans in the form of Bitcoins? Can you not buy gold with the help of Bitcoin? Can you take out government in all your key decisions with regards to currency? And can you not deal in a currency which is completely guided by what you call demand and supply instead of the government whims and fancies and the RBI policies or the Fed policies for that matter? So these are some coins which are like different. Coin kya hai, token kya hai? Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Cardano, IOTA, Ripple. These are some tokens. Coins. Tokens are Tron, Bytom, VeChain, etc. These are stable coins, popular stable coins. I would not say these are the only stable coins. USD, say related stable coin, USDT, Gemini, Parox, True USD, Tether, DAI, etc. Now, this is something very interesting, wherein I've tried to give a picture here to explain the concept of stable coin, how it operates. I will try to zoom this if possible. Just give me 1 second. So basically what this is doing is actually hedging the same amount of USD or any other form of asset for that matter and trying to create a stable coin. जब stable coin की वैल्यू कम होने लगती है तब थोड़ा सा और USD खरीद के उसको लेवल किया जाता है. जब कॉइन की वैल्यू बढ़ने लगती है तब उसको स्टेबल करने के लिए कुछ USD बेचा जाता है. So ऐसे ही गोल्ड है, ऐसे ही यूरो है and so on. So a lot of these concepts are used for developing the stable coin. Are you able to see the slide now? These are some tokens. Very interesting. ये सब कुछ सैंपल है तो 3 into whatever 1 2 3 4 5 6 9 12 14 into 2 52 tokens हमने ऐसे ही लिस्ट किए. That's for people to see. आजकल सबसे पॉपुलर हो रहा है सोलाना. I was surprised to know that in India the rupee was divided into 16 ana. Yes, sir. Yeah. So Indian rupee was having, Ramesh bhai would know, that 4 ana, 4 ana, 4 ana. So you have 16 annas to make Solana. Yes, sir. So now Solana is becoming very popular, where people are dealing in the lot of different currencies. Yeah, a lot of discussion is happening on Solana blockchain and so on. So the point I'm trying to make is variety of different tokens are being developed for different use cases, different purposes, different technologies, different blockchains. Gaming is a big area because of it cryptocurrency got developed. If you remember in the early childhood, we used to play something called as Mario Bros. And we used to get a lot of coins. And at the end of the game, they used to say you have got 20,000 coins. And you need 25,000 coins to buy the jacket for the Mario. Or you need 30,000 coins to buy a car for the Mario. In a special car you can travel. If you have 40,000 coins, you can buy a new mask or a new avatar for Mario. So these coins didn't have any value, but for that game. Now suddenly they started saying that if Yogesh is playing the game again and again, can I accumulate the coins for Yogesh in 50 games? And all the 50 games coins Yogesh can utilize for buying a jacket or an avatar or a car. And that made Yogesh very sticky with the game. Then they said, can I allow Yogesh to play another game, which is played game, with the help of the same coins that he has had won in Mario Bros. Then they said, let's not limit it. Can Yogesh buy coins from Ramesh to play the game? And what will the value that Yogesh will attach to the coins? And what will be the value at which the Ramesh will be ready to sell the coins to Yogesh? That started becoming a currency. Right? That is the way Ethereum came in place, wherein it was just a gaming play store where people started playing games and generating value out of the games and collecting those coins for the happiness of the kids, and suddenly became a big business for the gaming industry. Then Ethereum started giving physical goodies to people with the help of same coins that they collected in the game. They started allowing people to buy more coins, but the problem is whether the Ramesh's coins are authentic Ethereum coins or not. There came the blockchain, which helped Yogesh to authorize that Ramesh has a valid coin. Otherwise, Ramesh will fool Yogesh with something which is not valid. So there came the blockchain. So if you look at the evolution of the store of value, which is one of the very, very important parameters of a currency, this is how the store of value started happening in the blockchain. I'm seeing few comments before we move. We just look at the comments. Okay. So, okay, great. There are no questions. Most of them are comments. So we move ahead. Total NFT sales, ये नॉन फंजिबल टोकन कैसे रहता है, ये बड़ा चर्चा का विषय है. दो वेबसाइट्स है जो आपको देखना चाहिए, एक रेरेबल और एक ऑप्यूलर. ये दो वेबसाइट्स जो है ये बड़ा मार्केट प्लेस है टू सेल एंड बाय द NFTs, एंड इनके ऊपर आप अपनी खुद की NFT भी बना सकते हैं एंड आप उन NFTs में वैल्यू भर सकते हैं, वैल्यू डाल सकते हैं. तो NFTs आर like this, they are like smart tokens. We discussed about something on NFTs. They are basically smart contracts which has automated clearing and settlement, decentralized. Okay, and there is a match between the buyer and the seller, and the contractee and the contractor. So the point here is someone who provides infrastructure to handle the clearing and the settlement of the digital collectible is called as miner. यहाँ पे I wanted to introduce the concept of miner. Miner क्या करता है? क्योंकि Amazon, Microsoft, Google, इनके ऊपर इनकी clearing नहीं होती है ये NFT की. Neither इनकी clearing RBI या Fed या ऐसी कोई बड़ी central banks के माध्यम से होती है. तो कौन करता है NFT की clearing? NFT की क्लियरिंग करते हैं माइनर्स, बिटकॉइन की क्लियरिंग करते हैं माइनर्स, इथेरियम की क्लियरिंग करते हैं माइनर्स. माइनर्स का रोल है इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्रोवाइड करना, इन सारे क्रिप्टो एसेट्स को ट्रांजैक्ट करने के लिए, ऑथोराइज करने के लिए. वो कोई भी हो सकता है, जिसके पास एक घर में एक ग्राफिक कार्ड वाला कंप्यूटर है वो भी हो सकता है. वो अपना कंप्यूटर एक डिसेंट्रलाइज्ड फाइनेंस पे इंस्टॉल कर सकता है और उसके थ्रू अपने कंप्यूटर से वो ब्लॉक्स क्रिएट करवा सकता है और उन ब्लॉक्स को ऑथराइज कर सकता है जो दूसरे क्रिएट कर रहे हैं, और इसके अगेंस्ट में उसको कुछ क्रिप्टो करेंसीज दी जाती है एज अ फी फॉर डूइंग द माइनिंग. लाइक यू पे फीस टू RBI फॉर कन्वर्टिंग योर INR into USD, or you pay to any other banker. Why not you will pay something to a decentralized miner for converting your money or allowing you to exchange the money from one network to another network. So this is called as decentralized finance. This is also managed by demand and supply. यदि बहुत सारे miners आ जाएंगे मार्केट में तो माइनिंग फी कम हो जाएगी. कम माइनर्स रहेंगे, कम इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर रहेगा तो माइनिंग फी बढ़ेगी और समय बढ़ेगा. जैसे हमारे शेयर्स आज T+2 में सेटल होते हैं, म्यूचुअल फंड्स T+2 में सेटल होते हैं, हमारी INR टू RBI से कन्वर्ट करके जाने के लिए 3 दिन, 4 दिन, 5 दिन, 10 दिन, डिपेंड्स ऑन व्हाट इज द मॉडल ऑफ ट्रांजेक्शन लगते हैं। क्रिप्टो करेंसी को 3 से 5 मिनट में किसी भी वॉलेट से किसी भी वॉलेट में भेज सकते हैं। इसके क्लियरिंग के प्रोसेस के लिए जो लोग काम करते हैं उनको माइनर्स कहते हैं। एंड so top 10 NFT projects have most mentioned on Twitter. Twitter पे कौन से बड़े बड़े प्रोजेक्ट चल रहे हैं NFT के, उसका एक लिस्ट यहाँ पे दिया है। इकोसिस्टम, ब्लॉकचेन के इकोसिस्टम में कौन कौन इकोसिस्टम में पार्टिसिपेंट्स है? ब्लॉकचेन है, वॉलेट्स है, माइनर्स है और एक्सचेंजेस है। ये 4 लोग मेन स्टेक होल्डर है इसमें, ठीक है। ब्लॉक्स आर जनरेटेड ऑन द ब्लॉकचेन, ये टेक्नोलॉजी है। NFT trading, again, we can discuss NFT trading as a separate topic. I don't want to recommend any coins to you to trade today. That is not the purpose of this topic discussion, so please excuse me. Blockchain, mining, wallets, exchanges, ये 4 बड़े स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं। ब्लॉकचेन क्या है? तो टेक्नोलॉजी है जिससे ऑथोराइजेशन, ऑथेंटिकेशन होता है। आपका प्रश्न है कि ब्लॉकचेन कैसे चलता है, मैंने थोड़ा सा डिस्कस किया, थोड़ा आगे डिस्कस करेंगे। आई हैव गॉट 1 स्लाइड ऑन ब्लॉकचेन। व्हाट इज क्रिप्टो वॉलेट? जैसे आपका पेटीएम वॉलेट है, जहाँ पे आप पेटीएम के पैसे स्टोर करके रख सकते हैं, आप देख सकते हैं कौन से गए, कौन से आए, किसको दिए, वगैरह वगैरह। वैसे ही क्रिप्टो के वॉलेट्स है, ट्रस्ट वॉलेट, बिनांस वॉलेट एक्सेट्रा, बहुत सारे वॉलेट्स है जो लोग ये क्रिप्टो करेंसी स्टोर करके रखते हैं। क्या है ऐसे कोई क्रिप्टो करेंसी नाम के फिजिकल कॉइन्स है? आंसर इज नो, एवरीथिंग इज डिजिटल। Third is miners. We discussed something about miner. I have got 1 slide on the miners. We'll take that slide and discuss detail about what is mining. But basically creating hashes. We have started doing some mining work. We bought 1 graphic card and done some trials. So we can discuss this separately. But the point I'm trying to make is mining is basically facilitation of the transaction with the help of your hardware infrastructure. What is wallet? We all discussed. And the exchanges are like BSC, NSC. There are exchanges like CoinDCX, WazirX, Kuber, CoinSwitch, Kuber, Unicoin, ZepPay, बहुत सारे exchanges, Binance, etc. etc. तो आप इन कोई भी exchange पर जाके ट्रेडिंग कर सकते हैं। So ये चारों लोग मिल करके एक अच्छा इकोसिस्टम क्रिएट करते हैं। ये माइन करते हैं, ये वॉलेट में स्टोर करते हैं, ये वॉलेट से ट्रेडर लोग इसको बेचना खरीदना करते हैं। इन बेचने खरीदने के प्रोसेस में ये लोग ट्रांजैक्शन फैसिलिटेट करते हैं और इस तरह से ये जो माइंड हुए ब्लॉक्स है वो फिर से ब्लॉकचेन में जाके बैठते हैं। तो इस तरह से ये सभी लोग एक दूसरे से लिंक है। क्विकली आई विल टॉक अबाउट ब्लॉकचेन. What is blockchain? Because you need to understand something about the concept of blockchain. So basically new transaction is entered in the block. This new transaction is being transmitted on the network of peer-to-peer computers. कौन है ये computer? ये miners. The network computer then solves equations to confirm the validity of the transaction. यदि आपको पता रहेगा तो हम लोग क्रेडिट कार्ड डालते हैं, तुरंत पता चलता है कि क्रेडिट कार्ड वैलिड क्रेडिट कार्ड है कि नहीं है, because they have got something called as hash technology which totals to sums. If that summing up fails, the credit card is invalid credit card. Similarly, there is a hidden hash which is there on each cryptocurrency. So this actually does the validation process. New block is created. ऐसा एक नया block तैयार होता है जब ये transaction complete होता है, और then this block becomes part of the chain, which is showing all the connected transaction from the birth to the moment of the cryptocurrency, and this transaction is then getting completed. So इस तरह से ये बहुत basic concept है जिससे हम blockchain को समझ सकते हैं. ये टेक्नोलॉजी सिर्फ क्रिप्टो करेंसी के लिए नहीं, बहुत सारे अदर यूज केसेस के लिए होने वाली है। दुबई बोल रहा है कि हम लोग पूरे लैंड डीलिंग्स, ट्रांजैक्शन, रियल एस्टेट को ब्लॉकचेन पे लेकर आएंगे। बहुत सारे देश जो है वो इस बारे में चर्चा कर। Can you please put it on mute? Hello, can you put all your phones on devices on mute? So this is quickly about what is blockchain. We will discuss another 5, 7, 10 minutes about various other stuff, and we'll conclude the session. I know it is around 11:50 and I have to finish by around 12. What is SEFI and DeFi? We touched up on this topic before. What is central financing and decentralized financing? Centralized financing is basically done by RBI or government, and it is been done in a confidential manner with the government authorization. And SEFI or DeFi is done on a blockchain with smart contracts with complete transparency. So SEFI is what we are into today. SEFI is something that will evolve when RBI will come up with its own coin. And DeFi is something on which the Bitcoin is today or Ethereum is today. So the thinking or the purpose or the whole concept of cryptocurrency is to move the world from SEFI to DeFi. And say that insurance भी हम इस पे ही करेंगे, loans भी इस पे ही देंगे. जैसे peer to peer financing वाले ने question पूछा. And DeFi is something on which the Bitcoin is today or Ethereum is today. So the thinking or the purpose or the whole concept of cryptocurrency is to move the world from SEFI to DeFi. So from SEFI. Hello, are you able to hear me, everyone? Sorry, there was some issue in the Zoom. It is repeating my own words.
So we can hear you properly.
Okay.
You were on mute. Now we can hear you properly.
Okay. So just 1 second.
Did you mistakenly start that live?
Are you able to hear me, everyone? Sorry, there was some issue in the Zoom. It is repeating my own words.
Can you just check your live meeting maybe on in some web page? Just bear with us. We'll be back in a minute.
Hello?
Yeah, Mitesh, we can hear you.
Yeah. Sorry, there was some issue with the Zoom. It was kind of bouncing my own voice. So I just had to leave and rejoin again.
Yeah, sometimes what happens is that we have this live video. It opens in a
Different window. Yes.
So that comes, yeah.
Same thing happened. I thought that Zoom is replaying my voice. But actually, there was a YouTube window that was open and that was replaying the voice.
Correct. That happens. Please go ahead.
1 second. So the question that is being asked in today's, are you able to see the slide as well?
Yeah, we are able to.
Yeah. So basically the question that is being asked in the world is, can we move from SEFI to DeFi, where we can democratize the finance through the Bitcoin or the blockchain or the crypto assets and create tokens for all the smart contracts and adhere to those contracts which have been agreed or accepted by the blockchain, instead of looking at the government and accepting its whims and fancies to decide about the finance. So this is something very, very revolutionary in nature and amazing. It may be liked by someone, may not be liked by someone. It's a different question. Fiat money and cryptocurrency. What is fiat money? Physical medium of exchange, notes-backed currency. Crypto is digital, represented by bills or coins, either notes or coins. This is not represented by coins. Unlimited supply हो सकता है. Fiat money जितना गवर्नमेंट चाहे प्रिंट करे. अभी कोरोना काल में यूएस गवर्नमेंट ने मिलियंस ऑफ डॉलर्स प्रिंट किए और लोगों को बांट दिए. And I am hearing that the cost of the the costly watches and branded things like Ocean and these high class things increased because people started using their extra money to buy this fancy stuff. And the inflation of the US is going up drastically just because of overprinting of bills. But that is not possible in the cryptocurrency. Issued by government, produced by computers. This is not issued by government, this is produced by computers. Centralized, issued and controlled by the law and banks. Decentralized, not controlled by government and the banks. This is the USP of the cryptocurrency or the Bitcoin for that matter. And value determined by the market and regulation. This has been value determined by supply and demand. Process flow and roles of ecosystem. I think काफी अच्छे से हमने डिस्कस किया माइनिंग क्या करता है, ब्लॉक्स क्या करते हैं, वॉलेट क्या करता है और एक्सचेंजेस क्या करते हैं. बेस करेंसी एंड कोड करेंसी. अब आपको लगेगा कि मुझे ट्राई करना है तो आप बिल्कुल ट्राई कर सकते हैं. बट एक चीज ध्यान में रखिए, देयर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड एज बेस करेंसी, मतलब कि जो एसेट आपको खरीदना है, और समथिंग कॉल्ड एज कोड करेंसी, जिससे आपको वो एसेट खरीदना है. So I will not recommend what to buy, when to buy, how to buy, but I will definitely recommend there should be some trial and error. There should be some what you call masti with this new concept by investing some $100 in a finance wallet and trying to do something and trying to experiment with this. That will definitely help you becoming better consultants, giving better opinion. Actually, I also started doing some activity, and that is how I developed my knowledge about the cryptocurrency. कि मेरा 10 रुपया भी लगा रहेगा तो मैं रोज न्यूज सुनूंगा क्या हो रहा है इसके बारे में, और कुछ नहीं लगा रहेगा तो मैं कुछ नहीं सोचूंगा. So that helped me a lot in evolving. So you can open your account on Binance. KYC करना पड़ता है, सब करना पड़ता है. उसमें एक कॉन्सेप्ट आपको ध्यान में रखना पड़ता है कि बिटकॉइन खरीदने के लिए आपको एक बेस करेंसी है जो से बिटकॉइन है, और एक कोड करेंसी है जो USDT है, BUSD है, जो भी स्टेबल कॉइन है उसके माध्यम से आप खरीदेंगे तो बेटर रहेगा. सो दिस इज समथिंग दैट वी डिस्कस्ड. स्टेक होल्डर्स, कॉर्पोरेट्स, इन्वेस्टर्स, ट्रेडर्स. अभी सवाल ये आता है कि मेरे लिए क्या है इसमें, मेरे काम की चीज क्या है. ठीक है, सो विल क्विकली डिस्कस कॉर्पोरेट्स को क्या क्या कर सकते हैं इसके लिए. तो कॉर्पोरेट्स क्या कर सकते हैं? कॉर्पोरेट्स हैव नाउ स्टार्टेड ऑफरिंग मर्केंडाइज अगेंस्ट क्रिप्टो. वो लोग बोल रहे हैं कि क्रिप्टो से मैं माल बेचूंगा. जैसे टेस्ला बोल रहा है कि मेरा टेस्ला कार खरीदना है आपको, तो आप USD देने के जगह आप बिटकॉइन दे सकते हैं, इथेरियम दे सकते हैं. और इलॉन मस्क बहुत चर्चा कर रहे हैं, ट्विटर पे रोज रहते, कुछ ना कुछ बात करते रहते हैं इसके बारे में. सो ऐसी बहुत सारी कंपनियों के बुक्स में अभी आपको US डॉलर, GBP, यूरो, INR के साथ साथ आपको क्रिप्टो भी दिखाई देगा उनके बुक्स में. तो आप बोलेंगे इसको कैसे वैल्यू करेंगे एंड सो ऑन. सो एज अ कंसल्टेंट दोस चैलेंजेस यू विल फेस, बट लॉट ऑफ opportunities will open up. I know people buying iPhone for Bitcoin at higher price than USD because they have earned 30, 40, 50, 60%, 100% in Bitcoin and the money is stored in that form, and they want to put the money into buying merchandise directly. So this is happening. Other thing is corporates are accepting investments in crypto, something called as ICO. जैसे IPO है जिसमें हम लोग initial public offering कर रहे हैं, वैसे there will be something called as ICO. This is very popular. If you are on any exchange, you will see a lot of ICOs coming up like IPOs, wherein technology companies will offer their stake in the form of coins or crypto assets, and they will say कि हमारे कंपनी में पैसा डालो in the form of crypto assets. There are a lot of trust NGOs who are asking for donations on these stock exchanges and asking money in the form of crypto, because they know that millionaires are there on the stock exchanges. They have bitcoins on the stock exchange already there. Can I get the donation in the form of crypto? So this is actually becoming entire world of क्रिप्टो फॉर द कॉर्पोरेट्स. तो कॉर्पोरेट्स को सोचना चाहिए कि उनके पास जो एक्स्ट्रा पैसा है वो क्रिप्टो में रखे. ऐसा हो सकता है कि वो मर्केंडाइज बेचे क्रिप्टो में, ऐसा हो सकता है कि वो अपने इन्वेस्टर्स को अट्रैक्ट करे क्रिप्टो के माध्यम से, और अपने पास जो एक्सेस फंड्स है वो कोई टेक्नोलॉजी में लगाने के लिए क्रिप्टो के माध्यम से लगाए. और एक एरिया जो मैंने आइडेंटिफाई किया है और बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है वो है अपना NFT लॉन्च करे. बहुत सारे कॉर्पोरेट सोच रहे हैं अपना NFT चालू करेंगे, बिकॉज उनके पास बहुत सारे पेटेंट्स है जो वो लोग चाहते हैं कि NFT के फॉर्म में सेव करके रखे, वो लोग स्मार्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट बनाए उसका, और वो स्मार्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट जो है वो सिक्योरिटाइज करे. आज के तारीख में कोई अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं है. जैसे मेरे फ्रेंड है योगेश जी, उनके कंपनी है विच इज इन सूप एंड दे हैव सम 9 पेटेंट्स इन देयर नेम, बट द कैश फ्लो इज इन ट्रबल. सो वी आर डिस्कसिंग कैन वी मेक एन NFT ऑफ these 9 patents and can we issue a ICO for the people to put money into these patents. If they like the patents, they can buy part of the patent with the help of NFT. So आपके पास अगर एक पेटेंट है जिसका वैल्यू $1 million है, आपको कोई 1 million देने वाला नहीं मिल रहा है, लेकिन आपको ऐसे लोग मिल सकते हैं 10-10 लाख लगाने वाले, आपको 100 लोग मिल सकते हैं जो लोग आपके पेटेंट में पैसा लगा सकते हैं through the ICO. So these are becoming new use cases for corporates. P2P finance is becoming a big use case where someone has money in crypto. Even I started stacking my Bitcoin because I said कि मेरे पास जो क्रिप्टो पड़ा है वॉलेट में, लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए मैंने बिटकॉइन लिया है, तो मैं वो लिक्विडेट नहीं करना चाहता हूँ. लेकिन अगर कोई स्टैक करके मेरे को 6-7%, 5-6% इंटरेस्ट दे सकता है बिटकॉइन पे, तो मैं क्यों ना. So P2P finance is becoming a big area where corporates can actually get financed or give finance to people for temporary period and make some money out of it. These are certain areas. Investors, of course, can invest in corporate ICOs, technology, new concepts, paint, artworks, selfie बिका कुछ $1 million में, ये सब ठीक है. मतलब we all know only negative news, but the point is there are a lot of positive news with regards to technology startups where people want to invest in the cryptocurrency. एक US में startup है जिसमें आप डायरेक्ट पैसा नहीं लगा सकते, लेकिन ICO के माध्यम से आप उसमें कुछ ना कुछ छोटा इन्वेस्टमेंट कर सकते हो and you can make good money. Traders and exchanges have started earning commissions on each purchase. आप देख रहे हैं अभी GST का बहुत बड़ा केस चल रहा है कोई बड़े क्रिप्टो करेंसी एक्सचेंज के ऊपर. इसमें बहुत बड़ी डिमांड उन्होंने निकाली ऑन द कमीशन दैट दे हैव अर्न्ड from the exchange of cryptocurrency. I will not go into taxation aspect, but the whole idea is that this is becoming a point. अभी CBIC चेयरमैन बोल रहे कि क्रिप्टो एसेट है, करेंसी नहीं है, तो मुझे तो पूरे सेल और पूरे परचेस पे GST चाहिए, because it is actually trading in any asset. You are trading in computer, you are not charging GST full, yes, then why not on full on crypto? So कमीशन पे नहीं, हमको तो फुल अमाउंट पे GST चाहिए. तो ऐसे बहुत सारे डिबेट चल रहे हैं. So anyway, so the point that I'm trying to make is cryptocurrency में इनकम टैक्स, GST, ये सब बहुत बड़े पैमाने पे इंटरेस्ट ले रहे हैं, क्योंकि हर एक को इसमें कुछ ना कुछ रेवेन्यू स्ट्रीम दिखाई दे रहा है. सबको लग रहा है कि हम लोग इसमें ले लेंगे. तो गवर्नमेंट ने एक पूरा नया सेक्शन इंट्रोड्यूस कर दिया बजट, और उन्होंने कहा सेक्शन 155BBH, जिसके माध्यम से हम पैसा कलेक्ट करेंगे इन फॉर इनकम टैक्स, एंड वी विल नॉट अलाउ, we will sacrosanct all the income that you have made in cryptocurrency in these different sections, instead of putting in a business or other sources, or your house property, योर सैलरी इसमें से नहीं, ये 5वां एरिया है जिसमें हमको 30% टैक्स चाहिए. सोचो. So government introducing a separate section is a very unique concept. जैसे STT आया था या ऐसे कोई जो टैक्स गवर्नमेंट को अलग से लगाने दे, बैंकिंग ट्रांजैक्शन टैक्स आया था, सब सेक्शन लेके आए थे, या फ्रिंज बेनिफिट टैक्स आया था, मुझे याद है बहुत बड़ा हंगामा हुआ था उसके विषय में. तो इस तरह से ये भी आया है. हमारे पास बहुत सारे टैक्स एक्सपर्ट्स है. I will not barge into their area, but I will just tell that cost of acquisition will be allowed as deduction. Loss can be adjusted against crypto gains, but not against any other asset. Loss cannot be set off against any other income and cannot be carried forward. आप इस लॉस को कैरी फॉरवर्ड नहीं कर सकते. देखिए, स्टेप मदरली ट्रीटमेंट है, ये अगेंस्ट द टैक्स प्रिंसिपल है. इसके अगेंस्ट रिट पिटीशन फाइल होना चाहिए कि अगर आप बोल रहे हो कि बाकी सब में आप कैरी फॉरवर्ड दे रहे हैं, तो इसमें क्यों नहीं दे रहे. सो लॉट ऑफ हंगामा इज ऑलरेडी हैपनिंग ऑन दिस टॉपिक. 1% TDS डिडक्टेड कैसे करेंगे, क्या करेंगे, सब लोग कंफ्यूज है. बहुत बड़ा एरिया है प्रैक्टिस के लिए, आपके लिए. 2 मिलियन यूजर ऑलरेडी एक्सचेंजेस पे हो गए. बहुत लोग सिर्फ $100 डाल के बैठे हैं, लेकिन मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि बहुत सारे लोग हैं जो लोग सीरियसली इसको देख रहे हैं, इसके ऊपर काम कर रहे हैं. So you got amazing opportunity to work with all these guys and try to help them with accounting, tax, regulatory, consulting on various topics. Receipt without consideration, ये बहुत बड़ा एरिया हो रहा है जहाँ पे वो लोग बोल रहे हैं 50,000 के ऊपर अगर आपने किसी को क्रिप्टो ट्रांसफर किया तो हम उसको गिफ्ट में गिनेंगे और उसके ऊपर आपसे टैक्स लेंगे. ट्रांसफर विदाउट कंसिडरेशन टू रिलेटिव शैल नॉट बी टैक्सेबल. ये अभी भी ग्रे एरिया है, परंतु ऐसे लग रहा है कि रिलेटिव से ट्रांजेक्शन करने पे टैक्स नहीं लिया जाएगा. सो दिस इज समथिंग दैट इज कमिंग इन दिस बजट, वेरी हॉट टॉपिक, एंड स्टिल लॉट ऑफ क्लैरिफिकेशंस आर फ्लोइंग इन. जीएसटी के लोग भी बहुत सारे डिस्कशंस कर रहे हैं. शायद हो सकता है अगले काउंसिल में इसके ऊपर चर्चा हो और कुछ ना कुछ कंक्लूजन निकले कि कैसे जीएसटी के लिए इसमें ट्रैकिंग करेंगे. रिस्क फॉर क्रिप्टो, ये बहुत बोरिंग सब्जेक्ट है लेकिन बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है, बिकॉज मोस्ट ऑफ देम आर रिजेक्टिंग क्रिप्टो और पुटिंग टैबू ऑन क्रिप्टो बाय सेइंग टेरर फंडिंग होगा, हैकिंग होगा, मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग होगा, स्पेकुलेशन होगा, हिडन कॉस्ट ऑफ ट्रांजैक्शंस बढ़ेगा, लैक ऑफ ट्रांसपेरेंसी होगा. सो मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि आज के तारीख में विदाउट क्रिप्टो भी ये सब हो रहा है, तो विद क्रिप्टो भी होगा. सो नथिंग इज गोइंग टू चेंज if we look at it or embrace this truth, which is already a truth now, instead of talking about all this again and again and repeating this, find the ways to plug the issues instead of running away because of the issues. So terror funding is one area, hacking, money laundering, speculation, attitude बढ़ेगा. लोगों को बहुत जुआ खेलने की इच्छा होगी क्योंकि ऊपर नीचे हो रहा है. बहुत लोग अभी बोल रहे हैं ऑन द कमेंट्स दैट बहुत सारा ये मूवमेंट हो रहा है, तो इसके कारण बहुत लोगों को इंटरेस्ट आएगा. सो इस तरह से ये सारे जो डिबेट्स चल रहे हैं इनके बारे में हम लोग चर्चा कर सकते हैं. बट द पॉइंट इज, बिकॉज ऑफ द ब्लॉकचेन, बिकॉज ऑफ द ट्रांसपेरेंसी, बिकॉज ऑफ हैशिंग कॉन्सेप्ट, इफ यू आर इन्वेस्टिंग इन अ प्रॉपर डिसेंट्रलाइज्ड फाइनेंस that is like Bitcoin or Ethereum, the risk is lower than investing in a direct currency, investing in gold, and it will definitely pay a long-term dividend to everyone who tries to work on it. This is my personal view again, and no recommendation, but the idea is we have to embrace the truth of technology, and we have to lose the benefit of working with it. लास्टली हिडन ट्रांजैक्शन कॉस्ट, ये बहुत बड़ा इविल है जो मुझे अभी दिखाई दे रहा है आफ्टर डूइंग सम ट्रांजैक्शंस. जैसे USDT इज अ पैक्ड कॉइन, सो इंडिया में USDT बिक रहा है 79-80 रुपीज में, एज अगेंस्ट एक्चुअल USD प्राइस ऑफ 74-75. दैट मीन्स क्लियरली इफ यू आर इन्वेस्टिंग इन अ USDT you have to pay 4-5 rupees extra to start the transaction per USDT. So this is like a big problem, and again there is a huge transaction fee involved in the exchanges while doing the transaction. This is another problem because many exchanges feel that they don't have competition and people are unaware of this hidden cost. They are overpricing the crypto assets and trying to make differential gains without people knowing that there is a gain involved by the exchange in this process. These are the two big issues that I am thinking that we are facing from Indian point of view. When we want to enter any crypto market or exit any crypto market, there is a cost of around 10 to 15% in entry and exit, which is becoming a big problem. Till now, I have not been able to solve this hurdle of how to reduce the cost of entry and exit from the crypto market. लोगों को अभी 50%, 60%, 100% इनकम हो रहा है, तो उनको 15% का कॉस्ट समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. But this is a big cost. So this is something that we need to solve as a puzzle. And as a country, because of the regulatory problems and challenges, these exchanges are actually trying to harp on the benefit and trying to earn more transaction fee, which is an issue. This will get resolved in 6 months to 8 months time, क्योंकि डेफी ने बहुत सारे एक्सचेंजेस अलाउ कर दिए. एक बंदा जो घर पे बैठ के ट्रांजेक्शन करता है वो खुद का एक्सचेंज चालू कर सकता है, इतना पोटेंशियल डेफी में है. रेडीमेड कोड्स अवेलेबल है, रेडीमेड ब्लॉकचेन्स अवेलेबल है जिसपे आप ट्रांजेक्शन्स कर सकते हैं. तो आप हो सकता है कि फ्यूचर में इन बड़ी एक्सचेंजेस में काम करे ही नहीं और अपनी एक्सचेंजेस खोले और धीरे धीरे उसमें काम करे. एंड उसके कारण आपकी जो ट्रांजेक्शन कॉस्ट है वो ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम कम होगी, माइनिंग कॉस्ट कम होगी. तो ये एक बड़ा दूषण है जिसको हमको देखना चाहिए. बाकी टेरर फंडिंग, हैकिंग, मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग, स्पेकुलेशन, इन माय व्यू इज हैपनिंग ऑल अक्रॉस and can't be changed overnight, but one needs to be more aware and understand about the concept, and maybe then he can solve the problem. Whether it is an asset or commodity, regulatory framework में टैक्स में सबसे बड़े क्वेश्चंस क्या है? ये एसेट है, कमोडिटी है, सिक्योरिटी है, क्या है ये? इसको आप एसेट बोलेंगे तो कोई आके बोलेगा एसेट नहीं है, कमोडिटी बोलेंगे तो कोई आके बोलेगा कमोडिटी नहीं है, सिक्योरिटी बोलेंगे कोई आके बोलेगा सिक्योरिटी नहीं है, करेंसी आपके बोलेंगे तो आरबीआई बहुत ही नाराज हो जाएगा, वो बोलेगा करेंसी नहीं. हाउ टू हैंडल वैल्यूएशन ऑफ क्रिप्टो टोकन्स, दिस इज अनदर क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम अ बैलेंस शीट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू और फ्रॉम अ टैक्स पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. हाउ टू कैलकुलेट गेन एंड लॉस इन द क्रिप्टो ट्रांजेक्शन. नाउ द पॉइंट इज द गवर्नमेंट इज आस्किंग फॉर 30% टैक्स, बट व्हेन यू कन्वर्ट आईएनआर टू क्रिप्टो एंड क्रिप्टो टू आईएनआर तभी लगेगा कि हर अंदर के ट्रांजेक्शन में भी, हर ट्रेड पे भी लगेगा. मेरा मानना है हर ट्रेड पे लगेगा, लेकिन इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट, बिलीव मी, टू कैलकुलेट द गेन बिकॉज यू आर डीलिंग इन 60 different pairs in 6,000 different currencies. We are doing one accounting and we have found that it is very different ball game to actually do these calculations, and it will pay good revenue to the accountants, the tax guys, but at the same time it will be very complicated for the investors to handle the calculations. How to account for fees, charges, इसके जो हिडन चार्जेस है, कॉस्ट है, उसको कैसे अकाउंट करेंगे, उसका आपको खर्चा मिलेगा कि नहीं मिलेगा, कैसे कैलकुलेट करेंगे, क्योंकि जैसे अभी बिनांस पे करेंगे तो बीएनबी में फीस लगेगी. भले आप ट्रांजेक्शन बिटकॉइन में कर रहे हैं, फीस बीएनबी में लग रही है. तो आपको यूएसडीटी से बीएनबी खरीदना है और आपको ट्रांजेक्शन करना है और फीस बीएनबी में कटवानी. तो ऐसे बहुत वैरायटी ऑफ इश्यूज इसके अंदर अकाउंटिंग रिलेटेड है. अच्छा, transactions with regards to stacking, flexi loans or flexi deposits in cryptocurrency, इन पे कैसे टैक्स लगेगा? What will be the impact of GST TDS on crypto transaction? How the calculations will happen? Income tax impact on crypto transactions. थोड़ा clarity अभी बजट में आया है, but the point is still lot of stuff is required to be thought of. So with this, I would like to conclude my presentation for the crypto transactions. It is exactly 12:13. So I started at 12:45 and so 10:45, and exactly 2 minutes before 1.5 hours, we are concluding the session. The idea was to give you a thought on the process, the purpose, the concept, and to introduce certain terminologies like mining, etc., blockchain, etc., about the cryptocurrency. We can have questions after this, and maybe we can discuss different aspects. If you have any questions, feel free to raise your hand. And we can discuss this one. Some questions. One question that I found is asked is, according to you, how big is crypto market in India, as companies like CoinDCX made a lot of false claims, in my opinion. I don't know about the India, but today the crypto market capitalization of the cryptocurrency is considered to be $1.8 billion. $1.8 trillion already. In between it, when Bitcoin is around 60% of market capitalization, and Bitcoin and Ethereum both consist of around 75% of market capitalization, and it was going up to $3 trillion, and it came down, and the Bitcoin fell from 65,000 to 35,000. And again, the Bitcoin has picked up after the budget and gone up to 44,000. So there is this is what I know, but I don't know whether the claim of CoinDCX is right or wrong. I'm not an expert in that area, so I can't comment whether they are talking something makes sense or not make sense. Thank you.
Mitesh bhai, will you be taking questions now? I mean, participants.
Yeah, we can.
So I have actually some questions of my own as well. So first one is about, I've heard that, many of the exchanges or the wallet operators does not allow you to take out your profit, until a certain amount is reached, or let's say every, once a week or things like that. So have you also noticed that?
What they do, they take out the.
So they'll say, okay, you can only take out your profit after it reaches 5,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees, or a certain amount.
That is there. Because the gas fees are so high that if your profit is say 1,000 rupees, and if you try to withdraw, you will not get even 10% of the money. So that is a big issue. That is what I told. There is lack of transparency, and these exchanges are trying to, charge very, very high fees. And the conversion cost from USDT to INR itself is increasing by 5 to 7% straight. So this is a big issue that I am seeing in the current market, which people are not aware. They are just trading. They are not able to apply their mind on this topic. That why this difference, why this charge to me.
Yeah. One of the participants asked me one question, that how does the Bitcoin or the Bitcoin wallet gets hacked? So if you can show, tell us some example if you know something about it.
So basically, the Bitcoin is a hash, right? It's like a code. It's like a block on a blockchain. So the problem with the Bitcoin is the owner of the Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency which is on the decentralized finance is the one who has this hash. The problem is, if you are on a trust wallet, for example, trust wallet is one of the wallets on which you can store your Bitcoin. The problem or the beauty, both sides, two sides of a coin, is you can store Bitcoin on a trust wallet without giving KYC. So you don't know who is Ramesh, Yogesh, Mitesh, and you create a trust wallet which will have one key that you have. And in that key, it's like a locker of a bank where you put the Bitcoin and store it. Now, since you don't want to identify yourself with the wallet, you have not given any details to the wallet. And the wallet's USP is to store coins without knowing who you are, and by just giving you the keys. So tomorrow, if the keys is with A instead of B, the wallet has no problem. It will give the access to A to transfer the coins from the wallet to someone else. So the point is, if you and me will continue to be interested to hide our identities, we will face the frauds. Now, the Binance is asking complete KYC, including your photo, including your electricity bill, including your address proof, and then allowing you to store the value. But many people don't like it, and they ask me the question, why Binance is asking so many questions? Now the point is, अगर आपको ऐसा लॉकर चाहिए जो आपका है कि बाजू वाले का आइडेंटिफाई ना हो सके, तो बाजू वाला चोरी करके जाएगा तो उसमें आपको खराब नहीं लगना चाहिए. So this is my my take on this question. I know many people, for that matter, who have forgotten their keys and lost the wallet itself.
Like a Swiss account.
Swiss account, yes.
So, Mitesh, what I've read in the news is that now a lot of Indian banks have started using blockchain for trade financing. Yeah, I think that actually is a very good use case of blockchain. Yeah. Not the currency, yeah, but the technology in general. Yeah,
The smart contract, basically.
Correct, exactly.
Definitely. I think the TradeX or the SMA exchange bill exchanging platform that the government is creating with RXIL is also going to move to the blockchain model eventually, wherein they will come to know at the time when the bill is raised on a particular supplier, till the time it is paid, and still there will be a record of that particular transaction with the RXIL, on the basis of which the discounting of your bills will happen seamlessly.
I think actually that invoice discounting will actually become much more fashionable after this, and much more, let's say, mainstream, compared to what it is right now. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, any questions from participants? You guys can mute yourself now and ask the question.
Mitesh?
Yeah, Manoj.
Yeah, wonderful insights from you. Would like you to share your experience for a few minutes about your organic farm and what made you spend a lot of time for healthy living.
Yeah, absolutely. Once we are done with the questions on Bitcoin, we can discuss about the farm. I have been walking on uncharted territory for a while, and I love to do that. Be it Bitcoin or be it farming, both are having similar uncharted territory. Be it homeschooling. So a lot of these topics have been close to my heart because I've been can you run away from the rigmarole and say that is there a better way to do things? So in 2016 we decided that can we move to a smaller town which can save a lot of real estate cost for us and give us better living at a cheaper cost and a nicer climate to live in. So we shifted in 2017 to Roha. It's a small town 130 kilometers away from Mumbai. My partners and my team members were very kind and they said ठीक है चलो ये भी try करके देखो तुम सब try करते रहता है तो ये भी करो. So we moved there. I actually put my flat on rent in Mumbai and my parents shifted to another flat that we had in Mumbai because they continued to want to stay in Mumbai, and we started staying there. We tried to explore a lot of nature all around Roha. It is in a valley, and thought of buying a place there and trying some farming. We loved cows a lot, so we started thinking of cows. And in 2018 we bought a piece of land there and decided to do natural farming and cow grazing. Basically desi cows, our Indian breed A2 cows. We got few from the nearby villages and started doing the activity there. Almost 3 years now, a lot of experiment. We get our own milk, our own veggies to eat daily. We also make rice, grow some rice there, some other beans and etc. there, and try to move to a better living and better eating kind of an environment. We also thought of the concept of community based thing, because a lot of the people in the cities have aspirations to do something like this, which we are already doing since last 2-3 years. So a lot of community is built there. My wife teaches Sanskrit, so a lot of kids learn Sanskrit from her. So we keep on camping at our farm. A lot of people come. It is on around 2,000 feet above the sea level. So a lot of people, a lot of kids come there, 10 in batches of 10 and 12, and in the age group of 5 to 14, 15, and they stay there. They enjoy farming. They learn some Sanskrit, some cultural activities. We run different themes of camps for the kids, and that's we have a river going across the farm, so we take them to river for bath, and a lot of fun they have, and they understand the nature very closely. They work with cows. They study Bhagavad Gita and other scriptures, and it is amazing. So we have started doing some community activities, and we are very keen that communities come there, set up their activities and do the work. But we are not keen for people to come there, party, enjoy and go back. That is not something that we are encouraging. But of course, people from this group can definitely come once, see the place, and exchange ideas as to what they can do together with the farm and community activities. And we are very happy to, every weekend we have 1 or 2 couples coming up, meeting us from different parts of the country, understand homeschooling, understand Sanskrit, understand natural farming. They see cows and other ideas and experiences in the uncharted territory that we have had. And we love everyone. We want everyone to come there, meet us, discuss. My wife is equally enthusiastic about all these topics, which is very unique and good part of our family. So you can definitely make it, and we can all meet and discuss on this topic more. We call the farm as Krishi Yog, wherein we say that the coming to the nature is like a yoga, where you connect back to the roots. You see the animals growing and dying. You see plants growing and dying. You understand the larger nature, the macro environment, and you learn a lot of life lessons which you would have otherwise learned in the process. The vision is to move to the farm and stay on the farm 1 year, and continue to be on the time and work along with the community. Maybe in 2-3 years time it will be a full-time activity, but currently we are planning to move to the farm in next 1 year's time and stay there at full time.
That's really wonderful insight, sir. Your family is with you for healthier living. You're encouraging the next generation also for healthier living. I am as of now at an organic farm which is just 3.5 hours away from Mumbai. Nilachal 15-acre organic farm. It is going to expand from 15 acres to maybe 30-35 acres. And we can see behind, and we have a few speakers also on technology. Rakesh is here with us. Rakesh, a few words from you on your experience at the organic farm today with the family.
Organic farm is a very good concept which is bought by the ISKCON Nilachal Vedic farm, and people are enjoying, and also my family is also enjoying, child are also enjoying. So organic farming, they will learn as a Bombay culture. They will know how to do the organic farming, what is the use of cow dung and Gomutra and other things. So everything they have a full package, basically a full family package. So everyone should join and come for even for 1 day. It's a very good facility also over here. So this is my request.
And Rakesh has done lots of presentation on technology and tools for professionals. Rakesh, a few thoughts or any questions from you on the latest developments on crypto?
Cryptocurrency, as we all aware that on cryptocurrency now the government is also looking for 30% tax rate, but they are not legalized, they are not validating it, and they are saying okay, you pay tax, and lot of changes is required, even though they have bought the digital currency and everything. So it will come date to come, and it is going to be one of the big concept which is already in the financial market, and it will go a long way. So this is
so we look forward to India taking the lead in crypto as we have discussed, there are so many things, but India would lead in terms of regulatory and tax issues with lots of clarity and have among the biggest populations, making opportunities as professionals in the crypto field. There are lots of youngsters working with the crypto exchanges globally, and there'll be ample opportunities for them. So hopefully all the participants can take advantage of the latest developments and the learnings we have shared from time to time since inception. And we'll be having more sessions with you, Mitesh, not only on crypto, but also live sessions on organic farming for the global community with families and colleagues, so they can also replicate it in their own place, type of awareness and sharing with the world. So really wonderful insights.
Thank you everyone. Thank you Manojji. Thank you all the office bearers of ThinkTank for giving me this opportunity. I have learned myself a lot in deliberating and thinking and developing the presentation, and it's been amazing time with all of you.
Chintan, you are ready? I think you are doing a presentation deep dive into company analysis. Chintan?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm just sharing my screen. I hope.
Just put your video on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just a moment, yeah. Okay, let me know once you're able to see my screen.
अच्छा किया ना राकेश, डबल धमाका.
Hello, is my screen audible? Can someone confirm?
Yeah, you are.
Okay, and screen is also visible, right?
Yes, screen is visible.
Okay, so thank you everyone for giving me this opportunity. My name is Chintan Parikh. I'm working in an IT company based out of Pune right now. Yeah. And just a standard disclaimer. So I'm not a SEBI registered. The analysis is based on my own, my own views, and buying or selling of this particular stock. If you want to do, you should do it after consulting your brokers or your advisors. Yeah. So quickly moving on to the IPO, we're going to discuss about Vedant Fashion, popularly known as Manyavar. And you might have seen a lot of advertisement of this particular company in print media as well as on television. They are used to have a very well-known celebrities across cricket as well as Bollywood. Yeah, it's a very famous brand and has a very good brand record. They are exclusively focusing on the traditional clothing, which you will wear in various festivals or mainly on various functions such as marriages and other kind of Indian festivals that we have. Yeah. Company generally tends to have a large their own branded stores. They also have multi-branded outlets. They give those outlets on franchise, but maintains the operation in that particular franchise-owned stores by themselves. Yeah. In terms of financials, post-issue market cap of the company will be somewhere around 22,000 crore. And we will have, the company has roughly 740 employees on the roll and around 148 employees on contract. If you look at the company's presence, they are also present outside India, mainly in US and Middle East. Yeah. In terms of their biggest brands, so they have Manyavar, which is the most well-known brand what they have, which brings it bulk of the revenue with close to 84%. And second one, Mohe, which is for the women traditional wear, which brings in around 7.5% of revenue. Company makes clothes, yeah. So what they do is that they don't manufacture everything in-house. They gave this out on a. Hello, am I still audible? Hello.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, thanks. Company does not manufacture everything in house. What they do is that cutting of the cloth, getting it embroidered, getting it stitched, getting it packaged. They do this on a basis of jobs, and they have a lot of jobbers on their portal or on their sourcing platform. Yeah, they are using technology in their procurement as well as on their supply chain, which is a very good thing. Company does most of the work in this particular manner. They do have a small manufacturing operation, and they have a central warehouse in Calcutta. The lead manager, very well-known names, as you can see, Axis Capital, Edelweiss, ICICI Security. The issue is already closed, and listing is going to happen on 16th of February. The face value is of 1 rupees, and the price band is 866 rupees on the upper side. Yeah, and around 17 shares will come at that particular price band. In terms of looking at whether it was a fresh issue or an offer for sale, so this is a 100% offer for sale, which I really don't like generally when I look at an IPO. If you look at the promoter holding post issue, that will close to be around 85%. Subscription, so this is already closed. So we can see the retail somehow wised up and did not fall for this value trap and had a very low participation, while QIB has participated in a great deal in this particular company. This company did not have any employee quota in terms of share allocation. Overall, we have seen close to 2.5 times subscription. So, based on the market rumor, GMP is not very substantial, and we may see a discounted listing also, depending on the overall market, sentiment. I would like to keep this, let's say, informative, and I welcome any kind of questions that you have at this stage on this slide. So feel free to unmute yourself and ask me some questions.
Mr. Nitin Khankar is there. He has a deep level experience in research and has also studied the RHP of this company. Along the way, I think let's have an interactive discussion and have inputs of Nitin also. Nitin, you are there, no?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. So let's have your presentation and appropriate time. Nitin, please share your inputs.
Can I share my screen, Manojji?
Yeah. Chintan is doing the screen. You can share your inputs and thought process.
So, Nitin, if you want to share your screen, I'll just tell you once I finish this. And
no, it's okay. Chintan, you only share your screen. Nitin is not sharing the screen now,
okay.
But based on his study, Nitin will certainly share inputs. He would be doing a presentation on industry analysis at a more appropriate time, maybe next month or so.
So what I observed, Chintan, that company has made certain statements in the RHP.
Yeah, Chintan, carry on.
No, go on. Go ahead.
Okay, fine. So in terms of financial, what we see is that in March 2021, the revenue declined significantly. Partly due to the lot of closures in various parts of the world as well as in India. The EBITDA and the PAT also went down in a similar range, and EPS as well. Yeah. The good thing what we really notice here is the OPM. Company enjoys a very big OPM number here in the range of 40 plus across the last 3 years. So definitely this is a very plus that we can see in terms of financial. Yeah. In terms of dividends, so company paid out some certain dividend in March 2020 before listing. Right. In terms of various ratio, I'll also have one more slide coming for financial summary. So various ratios that we can see, the issue was priced very aggressively and did not left a lot of, let's say, money to be made for the retailer. And I assume that is the reason retailers had a very low subscription amount. PE is somewhere around 161. PBB is close to 19, which does not give us a lot of room in terms of valuation. Return ratios are pretty encouraging, about 10%, and our return on asset is around 8%. Debt is not that high, which is a really good thing for such a kind of a big retail operation. They have a free cash flow. They have, those are really very good things for such kind of a sector. Though proceeds of IPO, again, company does not benefit. This is a very big negative as per me. 100% of the proceed is going to go to the promoters or the selling shareholders of the company. So we'll have a discussion on the financials after I cover this slide. Yeah. So these are other financial ratios I've included with the help of choice broking. Yeah. Certain, we can see the revenue growth rate. As we know, due to the lockdown in financial year 2021, we can see a negative over there, which is understandable and explainable. Yeah. Margin, as I said, across the years, it has been above 40%, which is definitely a very good sign. Turnover ratios, as you can see, the total turnover ratio, total asset turnover ratio is somewhere around 0.6 to 0.3 across the years. Again, something a little left to be desired over here. In terms of return ratios, we can see fairly 20% on the previous 2 years of FY19 and 20, which was really good. FY21, again, due to the revenue decline, we can always consider that as an something of we can exclude that particular year. Yeah. So besides, let's say if we exclude financial year 21, definitely a very good set of financial numbers for the company. And in future, once the corona has completely, let's say, subsided and died down, definitely the company can continue to enjoy a decent financial position. Okay. Any questions, Nitin, by any thoughts that you have on the financial? Please, over to you.
I do have certain comments, but I guess I will allow others to ask questions, and then I will interject here if you're fine with it. Hello,
Okay,
can you hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead. Let's see if there are any comments or anything. Okay, I think you can go ahead with your views.
So Chintan, if you can allow me to start my screen sharing.
Okay, sure. Or Nitin, do you want to then let me finish my screen and I mean my
No
slides,
problem,
and then I'll give it to you first.
Yeah, please. Yes, sure.
Okay, then I'll move forward. Yeah. So in terms of peer comparison, so we can see some of the listed companies over here: Aditya Birla Fashion, TCNS Clothing, and SP Apparel. There is one more company which is coming up, which is the Fab India, which is the more like-to-like scenario for or comparison for Vedant Fashion. Yeah. What we can see basically over here is that Vedant Fashion definitely has much better EBITDA margin, as you can see over here, 43%. Compared to the industry or peers that has been used over here. The P again, as you can see, not a great value. It is really has been at a very high level. Yeah. And enterprise value, as you can see, there is a definitely TCNS has a much better value over there. In terms of some of the not listed players like Neeru, Sabyasachi, or Nalli. So there are a lot of competition, but none of the direct competition is a listed player as of now. With the Fab India coming in with the IPO, I think they will be the most direct competitor to Vedant Fashion and can be used as for the peer comparison in a much better manner. So in terms of peer comparison, definitely Vedant Fashion valuation is very high, mainly probably due to the EBITDA margin that they are commanding right now. In terms of management profile, it has been started by Mr. Ravi Modi, based out of Calcutta. What I could gather was that he passed out of St. Xavier, and Rahul Murarka, who is the CFO, is a chartered accountant. Yeah. If you look at the company's model, we can see most of the revenue are coming from their franchisee-owned, operations. So that they also have an online portal, and they are also listed in some of the marketplace, but they are contributing very less amount of revenue. Manyavar has a very good brand recall and a very, let's say, a premium feel to it. So there is no discounts or there is no end of year sale has been given on Manyavar brand. And this is one of the largest brand in this particular category. If you look at the overall market size, the ethnic wear market accounts for 32%. But again, this is not something which is used, very frequently. So number of repeat customers in the same space is not going to be that high compared to, let's say, a shirt or a pant or kind of a. They have their in-house product team, design team, and the person who is helping that is Mr. Hemant Mehta, who has been with the company ever since the inception, which is definitely a very good sign. And gives a lot of confidence in terms of the premium feel that Manyavar has been carrying, and it also gives us a kind of a let's say confidence as an investor that we can expect a similar kind of performance from Manyavar in coming years as well. In terms of number of entities who are selling their shares, so basically we see mainly Ravi Modi and the family selling their shares, as well as Rhine Holding and Kedara AIF. Kedara AIF is fully existing the company with this particular issue. Yeah, but again, they had a very small stake in the beginning, so it's not gonna affect the shareholding, by that much percentage. Yeah. In terms of the ROI for those two participants, so this is somewhere around 420%. While for the promoter, it will be around at the upper band of the IPO price, it will be somewhere around 85,500% profit in terms of when they tender the particular shares in the IPO. Not much in terms of the risk with respect to, let's say, court proceedings. We can see certain criminal and civil complaints, but mainly the issues with the regulatory or related complaint. Company has identified the provision. Okay, if Mr. Sachin can go on mute, please. We can see certain provision has been made towards this. These are not very big, so I think we can ignore the risk in terms of financial irregularity. Okay. So in summary, what I noticed, which is a very good thing, is a healthy OPM across the years. And if you ignore March 21 financial numbers, a very good financial numbers are there across the across the operations. They have a very asset-light model because the venue or the premises are owned by the franchisee and the operations are carried out by Vedant Fashion. So it's a very good asset-light model which Vedant Fashion has. In terms of sectoral opportunity, the expectation that the market is going to grow somewhere around 5% to 6%. Across the year from 2020 to 2025. It is going to, let's say, if you look at the size of the market with respect to the overall clothes market, so ethnic wear is going to have close to 18%. It grew or it accounted for 18%. It is going to grow in a similar manner across the coming years as well. India again has wedding in India is always a very big affair, and people definitely spend a lot of amount of money, and that is the market which Manyavar tries to catch, and it has positioned itself at a very premium category. They have also introduced at a kind of economy brand as well called Manthan, to cater to some of the let's say medium or let's say for middle income houses. Yeah. In terms of negative topics, so we can definitely understand the impact of Corona in the business, and we can see that in financial performance as well. They have taken certain debt in a few of the years, but the debt level is not that high, so we can still discount that. In terms of turnover ratio, asset turnover ratio has not been great. Yeah. And the biggest is that the IPO valuation is at a very high level, and it's 100% offer for sale. So my conclusion basically on this, that I did not apply in this IPO. I would like to sit out till the company reaches a proper valuation with respect to the share price. And yeah, I mean, as of now, I did not apply, and let's see how it perform once it lists. I expect that it will have a discount listing. Yeah. So I'll stop my summary on the Vedant question at this point of time. Any questions that anyone has, and afterwards I will pass it on to Mr. Nitin to share his screen.
Nitin, can you share your analysis on the RHP and your view on the brand?
Yes. So while the company claims that the Indian wedding and celebration wear market is growing at 15% 17% CAGR, I still think that
your video is right.
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Please share your thoughts on your analysis of the company, the brand, the sector, and the RHP, and financial and business analysis.
Sure.
Working capital management, ratios, etc.
So to begin with, let me thank and congratulate Chintan for coming out with very precise and very useful analysis of this particular issue. I think he has done a lot of groundwork before constructing this particular presentation. So well done. Coming to my comments, I think the business is good. As Chintan also pointed out, that the Indian ethnic wear market is likely to grow 15 to 18%. The Indian wedding apparel market. But I still feel that the use case is somewhat restricted. I mean, you do buy attire or apparel for weddings, but you only wear it for wedding, right? So the use case is somewhat limited. And they say that ladies buy 3-4 dresses because the wedding ceremonies take place over say 3, 4, 5 days. But even if one were to buy say 3-4 dresses, how many times you will buy it again? I mean, that's my question. Would you replace your wedding attire every year or every 2 years, or would you wear it for more than that? So in that sense, the use case is restricted. I have also done some bit of number crunching on this particular IPO, so I'll share my screen here. So as you can see, just give me a second, please. So this is a screenshot from their RHP. If you can see the
wonderful, yeah, very good spreadsheet. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you can see the screenshot, I'll try to zoom in a bit so that everybody can watch it. Page 266 says, for the financial years,
this is from the RHP deep dive, right? Page number is also mentioned. It's RHP deep dive.
Yes, that's correct. So for the financial years 19, 20, 21, and 6 months ended September 30, 2021. Our inventory turnover days were 41 days, 48 days, 65 days, and 62 days respectively. So this is where I have a challenge understanding these numbers. So I'll just run you through my numbers now. So this is, as you can see, this is my model. And I'll select the text, as you can see, highlighted in yellow. I took the average. You can even see the formula here in my formula bar. I am getting the number of 277 days for 2021, 150 days for 2020, and 148 days for FY19. And receivable collection also period also is very high, 236 days, 140 days, 148 days, 152 days. So the net cash conversion cycle turns out to in fact more than a year. So which is this is something I'm not able to wrap my head around. And the RHP details, as I just mentioned here, just to revisit, the turnover days that they are giving seem to be at least mathematically incorrect. So honestly, I don't know what base they have used, whether they have taken only the raw materials inventory or the finished products inventory of what they have done. But I have just used the simple method used by all accountants, which is the average of inventory divided by the cost of goods sold.
So,
Nitin bhai,
I exactly had the same issue. When I posted my first analysis, Manoj bhai told me that this is not matching, and I was also like, what is happening here? But unfortunately, it was at the time I already published that, so I said, okay, let me go with choice broking and PR Choksy reports. Because the data which I also got from my sources also gave me the similar kind of turnover days. Yeah. So,
right. I have one more comment.
See, here it's very important. The investment banker and a book running lead manager is responsible for the information share and the RHP. SEBI also reviews the information, but sometimes they rely on the certification by the auditors and the investment bankers. So now the company has a chance because Nitin Khankar and many others interact with the companies on the roadshow. If the stock gets listed at a discount, company has a chance to clarify immediately on what and how they manage inventory and its efficiency with hard data. They often get a lot of queries from people who participate in roadshows and also look at RHPs. They should give proper importance to replies on the RHP, right? They should not just skimper over it and ignore it based on the market exuberance on some days or some periods.
True.
Ultimately, over a long term, markets are a weighing machine. In the short term, they are a voting machine. Warren Buffett has said. So it is to investment bankers, auditors, companies to have interaction with all stakeholders and share the correct data and also articulate the interpretation of data and the efficiencies for management to get the appropriate valuation. So we wish the company all the best to get appropriate valuation, but based on appropriate disclosure and information.
Thanks, Manoj. I have just one more further comment about the receivables. I carried out analysis of receivables itself, and you can see 11% of the receivables are 44 crore as of September 30th, 2021 is outstanding. So on the one hand, they claim that the brand is very strong and we never have any year-end discount sales, etc. So this number of receivables itself, 44 crore, which is 11% of the receivables being outstanding up to 6 months, is a bit of a surprise to me. So I guess I'm done with my comments, Manojji.
That's fine. Chintan, you add your thoughts. Plus, Chintan, I would like you to share the latest developments on what has happened last night on the promoter of a well-known group getting debarred from capital markets. There is a regulatory order and you have looked at the company. At least if you can share a few thoughts on that also.
Sure. So let me just bring that, let me share my screen and bring up that particular item itself. Yeah? So,
Chintan, if you can show that 100-page RHP order, 100-page SEBI order, That will be nice. Oh, this is interesting. And
Yeah,
also shared a 100-page order by SEBI.
Sure, I'll do that. So basically, this is the news item which has come very recently, that SEBI has barred Reliance Home Finance, Anil Ambani, and three other participants from securities market. Yeah. Okay, and the details. Let me just. Okay. So this is the order which has come up. Manoj bhai, I unfortunately did not have time to read these through.
Oh, that's okay. It's a decision came yesterday. It's a 100-page order, but in fact, it will be interesting to know what the promoters and the companies are doing. Whether they have gone and moved a SAT immediately. Order is appealable, and whether the order is what are the views on the order? Is it acceptable? Because the order is based on hard data and interaction with the company officials. But whether the company's compliance and legal team has moved to SAT appealing against the order. Today is a board meeting of also one of the companies, and which is also notified about the results and FCCB. It is quite interesting, and it is not only the senior professionals. This mention about the ex-CFO of Reliance Capital who is with the SR Group now, and why he changed the job. The ex-ICICI person who is a CEO of one of the group companies, and ex-Loda Group top-level management executive who has joined the group as a CFO in one of the companies, got upgraded as a CFO, larger company, now is in a president of one of the group companies, and the promoter is also there. It is surprising how the promoter's name can be mentioned. It is usually the executives who are involved in irregular transactions, and based on the limited information the regulator has, such decisions are taken. Chintan, just go through the order page by page, and we come to the last page. What is the conclusion? Just scroll through very slowly, page by page.
Sure.
It's a deep dive, and it's happening at the historic time. Order was uploaded at late night. I think the media reported after 10, after 11, and some of the companies, the KMP, were not even aware of this order, being Friday evening.
Yeah. So the first 5 participants have been, barred from security market. Besides Rhfl, Anil Ambani, Amit Bapna, Ravindra Sudhakar, and Mr. Pinkesh Shah. Yeah. So these 3 gentlemen hold. They used to hold certain CXO level position in the company. Yeah, at that time. So it is just basically. Various acts and mentioned over here on the first, or let's say page 4. The next page is more about the shareholding patterns of the company till March 31st, 2021. The next page is the director of the company from when to till which date. Yeah. So the individual who has been named in the order are Mr. Amit Bapna, who was the CFO, Mr. Ravindra Sudhakar, who is the CEO. I would request Ms. Navya Zaveri to stop muting herself. A lot of noise is coming from your side. Yeah, and Mr. Pinkesh, who was the CFO at that time. This is in terms of the liability of the company. They've mentioned only 2017-18 and financial year 2018-19 over here. Okay. This is about the loans which were given to various bodies, corporate, small business, and residential mortgages.
भाई बोलो के बोलिए भाई बोलो सचिन भाई.
The person disturbing, just mute him or remove him, please.
Yeah, I've removed that person.
Yeah, carry on.
Okay.
Very interesting deep dive.
So yeah, so it seems PwC. Let me see what So PwC were probably asked to do some auditing. PwC actually resigned as auditor on 2019. Yeah, and this particular page talks about what was mentioned into the that particular data. Yeah. I think this is what is important. This particular I'll highlight it. Yeah. So it says that the amount of loans disbursed by RHFL under general purpose corporate loans (GPC loans) have increased exponentially from around 900 crore rupees on March 31st, 2018 to rupees 7,900 crore. Yeah, by 7,000 crore rupees, it increased in 1 year. Yeah.
आया नहीं है ना अब तक?
So they highlighted this particular problem. So the next set of pages are basically on what PwC did and subsequent aspects of the discussion between RHFL, National Housing Board, and PwC. So page number 10 onwards, it's about forensic audit conducted by Bank of Baroda and their observation. Manoj, if you can take it over, I haven't read it, so it's a little difficult for me to comment on this.
See, this is interesting. The forensic auditor was done by Grant Thornton on the request of the company, and the company in the press release earlier had claimed forensic audit has given a clean chit to the company. So if the hands of the executives and the promoters are clean, that company should share the forensic audit report with all the stakeholders. That is the only way company can show with transparency what is the real status of the financial affairs and irregularities, and the forensic audit done by the on the request of the company and the bankers. It's very important. They should share the full forensic audit report. And now there is just a press release which came over a year back on the company's hands are clean and there is a clean chit. Clean chit or not, let the audit report be shared. Actually, they should have shared with the regulator. Maybe they are not shared with the regulator. And regulator has passed the order. Has the regulator looked at the forensic audit report? And has the auditor who resigned, has he interacted with the audit report on audit report with the regulators and with the stakeholders on why he resigned? Was it only due to the workload, or there were any issues, serious issues? And even there are regulatory professional bodies who need to look at the resignation of the auditor, what action they had taken against the auditor who has resigned. That's also very important. But sharing the Grant Thornton's forensic audit report by the company with all stakeholders will help the company. And also, if they can use it after sharing with all stakeholders and move to the SAT if the order is appealable, because it is, we wonder when you look at the order, it is an interim order, and what is the period for which they will be debarred, and whether they can come out of it, because I believe there is some time they are given to reply to the order. Normally a window of 3 weeks is there. So it's interesting. Please share page by page the whole 100-page order. Grant Thornton, Price Waterhouse, so many well-known names are involved. In a premier group, which is a part of the topmost richest families in the world.
Manoj bhai, any specific page you want me to go to? Because I don't think this will be interesting if I keep scrolling till page 100. Yeah?
You can go through slowly page by page and come to the last page. What is the ultimate conclusion?
Okay.
It clearly shows a deep dive by the regulator, and now stakeholders get opportunity to look at it on is it appealable, and appeal and also regularize, and all the professionals involved, auditors, forensic auditors, KMP, promoters, how they can improve their best practices and governance standards. And also repay the loans they had taken, the debentures holders, secured debentures holders, and not shortchange the retail investors. SEBI looks after the interest investor protection for retail investors. Promised also repayment, but so far it has been not being done. The reasons are not given.
So in the last page, they have actually given a kind of a map.
It's very interesting. This is a den. This is a den. How promoters create companies, some functioning companies, some shell companies.
I am not able to rotate it, unfortunately. It's asking for a premium.
Yeah, these are so many companies involved, and the cross transactions from one company to another. So sometimes the signatories themselves wonder what is the source of investment, source of money, and where is the money ultimately going. Money is coming from the promoters, from NCA holders, from bankers. Where is the money going? This map will show where the money has gone. Very intricate planning is done by people who are masters in crime to divert money. But this company has always claimed best corporate governance practices and integrity. So maybe this den is used for financial planning and tax planning. At the slide there, the last page.
Yeah, that was the last page.
Yeah, just show the last page on the screen. Keep it on till you end the meeting.
Okay, sure.
The den.
It's just that, by keeping this, it's not gonna, I'm not able to turn it around, so it's
That's
not
okay.
readable.
This is a den. Everybody should look at the order, deep dive it, try to understand it, and also look at the appeal, which should be coming shortly if sense prevails. unless the order is accepted within a time period. But we have to acknowledge India is the best regulators in the world, both for securities and for monetary. And on the monetary aspect also, RBI came out with a wonderful policy accommodative stand. No rate hikes in the first half. Second half is there. Inflation is expected to come down. India will be having a appropriate inflation rate below 5%. Hopefully it should come in the Q4 of FY23. Accommodative stand, no rate changes. Although at the global level, the Fed is having emergency meeting to consider rate changes in the FOMC meeting maybe after a few weeks. But our regulators, hats off to them for doing a very calibrated strategy in terms of securities, in terms of companies, in terms of economy and the policy. So, and the interest rates are not moving higher. In India, we can continue to get loans at attractive price. Rates in India among the lowest in the cycle, and the government wants to along with the regulated RBI, wants to see high growth and kickstart in the economy and the investment cycle, backed by consumer demand, consumption demand. So very interesting. So final concluding remarks by Chintan, and then you can close the meeting. Keep the slide on till you end the meeting for all.
Sure. So yeah, that's it. Thanks everyone for joining in, dialing in. You'll be able to see this particular set of presentation on the YouTube link of ThinkTank. You just have to search for ThinkTank webinars, and we'll be able to find that. Let me just also put the link here, so everyone who wants to use it, they can share. Just a moment. So just search ThinkTank webinars, and that will come. Yeah. Okay. So with this, I'll just stop the share, and we'll end the call here. Thanks everyone for joining it. We'll have one more session on next week. So please dial in for that one.